cultural divide. I'ma get it on the flow.
You really about to do it?
40 acres in the mule. This is bigger than the music.
You really about to do it?
Yeah, they tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence.
They get on it like that.
Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like boom.
Yes, people, big up. Once again, it's your boy Ash Mac from, you know where, man, Spurs Kings TV. We're on the rivals. I've got my panel. I've got my Cody alongside me. Tune Tactics, what you telling me, man?
I am very, very well, living life to the full. I'm very blessed to be here. Big up to you, sir. Big up to the chat. Big up to the panel. Ready to talk some good football and get some good banner in here today.
Bro, it's crazy. I can't find our guest. The guest has run off. Oh, no, they're back. Yo, we stay in bridge, man.
Walk on.
Big up,
Good
man.
to
Big
see
up.
you, Big Preach.
Big
Yeah,
up
we got the
Guava
gang.
Jelly, 78. I see you still. Hey, Mike's. Hey, Mike's. Hey,
Hey,
yo.
good evening, guys. Can you hear me?
Where did the blackout? He said, nah, listen, podcast. It's podcast settings right now. He said, I'm not
The
coming.
good evening.
Oh man,
Humble settings, bro. Humble
Man,
settings.
listen, if I was you, I'd be the same too, man. Listen, I've been going through that mud. I've been going through it lately, bro. So I know exactly
Ah,
how you feel, man.
you've already adopted the darkness, my friend. You've already adopted the darkness.
You're there, man. You're there.
Like, Mbappe would do it to anyone, man.
Ah,
You know what I'm
serious.
saying?
Apart from Jamal Lascelles at St James Park, he couldn't do it to Jamal Lascelles.
But,
So that's what I'm saying.
yeah, but before we get into that, I want to ask how everyone is. You know, Preach, how you doing? You good?
Yeah, I'm all right, man. I'm okay.
You say a
Yeah.
couple scars here and there, you know.
Yeah. Get me? It was a bit of a fight. Got a couple punches here and there, clean hits as well. You get me? So
Just clean yourself up a little bit. Yeah,
yeah. I'm all right though.
I get it.
Still standing. I'm still standing to fight again. You get me?
That's the main thing. That's the
I
main
hate
thing.
Tootie. We say, man.
Well, I got sparked right out over the weekend. Just come out of the coma to see the person who sparked me out get sparked out themselves, and I'm thinking, why did I lose that fight? And but you know, when you're having a reflective, when you get whooping like that, you have to remind yourself, hey, you know, we're only 3 points from fourth. We're in the League Cup final. We're in the fifth round of the FA Cup.
Opium talk.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know if it's. I hope it's just like I'm not. Are you? We're. I don't know. Are you in the League Cup? No. Are
No,
you in? Are you in the FA Cup?
oh,
No? All right. So
In Europa. It's crazy out
Probably
here.
is a bit of hoping. Probably is, but it's not bad. It's not bad. We're there.
Yeah, man. But Max, man, I didn't see the game, man. I just heard about it. I heard Mbappe was running riot, man. Talk to me. What happened, man? Who's at fault? In fact, before we even go there, what was the lineup? Who did Pep bring out, and did you agree with it? Yo, Max, are you there?
It's
Right.
Because I remember he doesn't respond if you say Mike. He only responds to Mikes.
Mike,
So Mikes.
Mike Z's. Yo, can you hear me? His mic's come off. His mic is broken.
Oh, I hope that's. I
irony.
hope.
The irony.
I didn't even watch the match as well. So
Man, I just know Mbappe did damage, but we'll let him come back and answer for himself once this happened. But let's
I
talk
watched the first half, then I watched I watched the first half of Liverpool, then I watched 15 minutes, last 15 minutes of the second half of the thing. Then I went back to Liverpool, then I watched the last 15 minutes of the thingy bobs, the Madrid game.
all right, cool. Let's talk about Liverpool Villa then, man. Let's get straight into it, bro. And I want to talk about the starting lineup for Liverpool. Did Slot get it right? Did he have any choices? Would you do anything different? Like, who did he have up front? Break that down to me, Preach.
so who do we start? We had
Who was on your left? Who was on
Jota
your
up
left?
front. Who was on our left? Jones.
Yeah, Curtis Jones on your left.
On your left.
Front three. Swear down.
Yeah, starting Jones. Yeah, it was Jones.
Jones up front.
He went mad. Let me see that.
Disrespectful to Villa. Oh, that's mad. All right, so then who did he have on the right then?
Let me see that.
And
Pick up Rich Shaw, 66. Yeah, who did he
Salah.
have on the right? Salah on the right, okay. And Jones on the
Jota.
left, and then Jota up top.
Yeah.
So what did you agree with that? Did you agree with that front three?
I swear, hold on, let me double. Yeah.
All right, cool. Once you look at that though,
Yeah, real quick. It's real quick.
No.
You had so Jota was up. Well, the way I don't know if that's how the formation worked out, but essentially you had Jota centre forward, behind him Szoboszlai on the right, Salah on the left, Jones. So I'm wondering if
Diaz is on the bench.
Was Diaz on the bench? He must have been on the bench.
Yeah, he was on the bench.
So all right, talk to me about that first.
Let's
move away from that. Like what happened there? What's your manager think? What's his thinking there? Was you happy with that?
Yeah, I don't argue with his decision making. You know,
I hear it. I hear
you
it.
see in
Obviously,
the
he's doing
you
well.
see in the group. Yeah, you see in the group. Yeah, I don't argue with his decision making. There's a reason behind it. Like when he breaks down other games, like then you understand. Well, he's not really doing that breakdown thing as much as he used to at the start of
Stop
the
doing
season.
that. It's not the
Yeah,
Eredivisie, brother. It's not the
yeah,
Eredivisie.
he's not doing it like as much. I
Oh
think he's
no,
been advised. He's been advised like a bit
he's
too
been
much now. You get me? So
settled
yeah,
down.
yeah.
Too
So,
much
so,
information.
yeah. I used to understand his thinking, but now I don't. Like, yeah. So
I mean, if I
yeah,
look at your heat map, preach, it
Mm,
looks as though Jones was more like in the left mid area predominantly. And what would happen is Szoboszlai was again kind of center supporting Jota, who was going to the and then
that means
but Jota was going more to the left. So Szoboszlai through the middle, Jota to the
okay.
left, and who's the other guy? Salah obviously
Yeah,
to the
no,
right.
that's no. You know what? You're right. Yeah, because Jota's chances came from the left.
Right.
mm.
Yeah. You're right. So yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
So
Because
that means
he was doing that. He was doing that with Klopp, who played a lot from the left as well. Anyway, so
Okay.
yeah,
Yes.
that makes sense. Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So what was
yeah,
the formation then on that then? What was the formation? Was it still the 4-3-3 or was it slightly lopsided?
so yeah, he might have just played like the four. How we play it? Yeah, 4-2-4.
4-2-4? Yeah. All right, cool.
I want to say you went. Yeah, I want to say you went 4-1, 4-1. Yeah, 4-1-2-3. No, what was it? 4-1.
4-1-2-4.
Because McAllister is on the right. He's predominantly there. Gravenberch is going a bit more higher.
All right, before we go into drill into the actual, let's talk about the actual game itself because we'll be here forever talking about the tactics and the setups and whatever. I want to know, how did the defense get it so wrong, and then how was the attack so blunt? And who do you rate? Who had a stinker in your opinion? Did you think Trent was culpable?
They scored 2 goals away at Villa. You said it's
Yeah, I
blood.
think I
No,
think
but
like
defensively, he's a defender. No, he's a fullback, so he's got to defend. No, so
Oh no, so it said they scored 2 goals. You said they had a blunt attack, and I said they scored 2 goals away at Villa.
yeah, no, but okay, cool. But the chances they missed, are we not watching the same game? I thought it was.
I think we clearly missed the better chances. Like
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
thought.
yeah,
That's what I
yeah,
thought. That's
I
what I
think-
mean.
Well,
By,
towards
think
the end,
what-
Villa were pushing though.
Yeah.
yeah, and I feel like they took their chances like proper. The chances that they had, they really took it. Like
I feel
except
like
for
towards the
last-
end, they were
near
growing
the
into
end,
the
yeah,
game
there was
even
two
more.
shots. There was 2 shots, yeah, that went across the keeper. Those were good shots, real close. But in terms of like really putting it away, even the offside, it wasn't even offside, and Allison saved it. He's lucky. We were lucky he carried on, like because if it would have went to VAR, and that would have been a goal. I mean,
But
like,
did you rate that Trent performance though?
I don't think it was his best, but I don't think it was like his worst. I'm not disappointed in the performance. Like I'm more disappointed in the chances missed. Like you get me, Jota and Nunes.
Okay.
Like, I'm more disappointed in that. Like it was a big game. People were saying it before. It's an important game.
Yeah, no, I hear it. So, like,
Yeah.
all right, cool. Let's just get straight to it then, man. Because, all right, too, what did you think about that Nunes chance when he came on? It was 2-2. Like,
It was ironic.
goals went in.
I said in the WhatsApp when he came along, he's going to score, and I thought, and when that chance came, I said, I'm going to look like a Nostradamus here, and then obviously he hits it over. He should have put it away. He should have put it away. But I do also give credit to who was it that came running back with him? Was it Disasi?
Yeah.
He did. He did. I think he also did enough to put him off. I think, but it was an awful miss. I don't know if do you guys think he could have done a cutback, or was he just going too fast?
No, listen, for me, I just think he came on cold. You know what I'm saying? So, like his first entry to the game, because even Marlon had a chance as well shortly after that. And I thought, right, had they been on a bit longer, maybe. But then again, no, Nunes is
I
no.
also think I was kind of shocked that he passed it. I think there was a shock element for Nunes as well, because I thought it was a bit like the defender was a bit close to Nunes for like that part.
Soboslai.
So what's like he should have went for
Should have
goal.
gone
I
near
think.
post. You should have gone near post.
Yeah.
That
I
was
think he should have
dangerous.
went for goal. I think element of surprise worked against Nunes a little bit, but obviously he's still got a reputation of. So you never know. Do you know what I mean? It could have been a 1-on-1 and he could have missed it. It's not
Like he's got
impossible for him.
that pressure
Yeah.
for him. Like when he's in the box, he doesn't know how. You know, like Henri used to talk about when he's in the box, he cools it down, he calms it down, he slows it down in his head, and that's what makes like a clinical striker. I don't think he's got that. He's just got pure South American blood in him. He's just fire and hot and brimstone and thunder. That's what he brings. You know what I'm saying? He's a chaos merchant.
Unless he plays Newcastle and he becomes dead shot, mate. Like he's putting.
Yeah, but he's not. But do you know what? He's not the striker you want at the end of a good play.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You don't. He's not the striker you want at the end of the good play. Like
So what
couple
you,
passes, 1-2s, and
I
that,
know,
and then you get me. And then the last ball needs to be a clean finish. It's not him.
So what do you think then? Like Slot, kind of like, because we got to look at Slot a little bit. I know we're blaming Nunes and all that, and saying the attack was a bit blunt, and we talked about the tactics at the start. Why did he start with Jones? And maybe he knows what he's doing. I don't know. He's a gaffer, but do we have to put some blame on him? A little piece, because I'm like, did that substitution need to happen then? You had them on the ropes. What do you lot think?
Like Jay said that in the group here. I don't know if I was a bit emotional or hot-headed. There's an element of truth in that. There is an element of truth in that. But like, I'm the type of person to say you don't know what was going to happen in the 80th minute. Like, I'll throw that at them. You can't really go by. I understand it. Like it's an alternative in the MCU. It's another alternative thing, but you get me? Yeah, it don't work. It don't work for me. Like not me. I'm the wrong person to do those things against. You get me? That's it basically. So I was like, you can't tell. Like
Big
we
up
could have.
Mike's.
He might have seen us slipping, and get me. And he is good enough to see signs earlier before we would. So he might have seen something going on. Remember,
why bring on Nunes though? Why bring on Nunes? Why not bring on like the other G, the one that where his dad got kidnapped in Bay? Sorry, Diaz.
I think maybe something to do with City. I do believe he's the type of guy to think of the next game, just due to like his lineups in previous games and stuff like that. So maybe he's just saving him for it. Because the question was, are we getting tired? And he's saying, no, physically we're not. It's mentally like that. Everton go right at the end, last minute. That was like a mental shock. You get me? So I feel like maybe he needed to rest him properly. So I don't know, but like I said, it wasn't a loss.
Answer me this, preach, and anyone could like come in at any point. Like I want to hear everyone's thoughts, but now you man have drawn, like obviously that's points dropped, and then you've got a game on the weekend. Could drop points there again. Arsenal could win. Then all of a sudden, it's like from what a possible 10 points all the way down to what 5 points, 4 points.
It's 8 points now, isn't it? So it'll be 5.
8 points. So it'll be 8. Yeah, it'll be 5 points. It'll be 5 points if you lot drop points again. Is the door slightly open for Arsenal to creep through, or do you think Arsenal are bottle drops? Do you think they're bottle drops?
We just need to keep 3 points minimum distance. Beat them at Anfield.
3 points.
And then beat them at Anfield. Beat them at Anfield. That's the 6-pointer. That's the 6-pointer.
If that's what you want to risk it. You want to risk it all the way.
I'm saying that's like that's the space.
That's the backup plan. That's his emergency door.
That's the breathing space. You get me? The back of the bus. You put to break the glass. You get me? It's the breathing space.
Hey.
No, but remember, like I said, that all of that was a lot of ifs and maybes. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of things that need to happen. Like Arsenal need to they can't afford to drop points. They've got
We
to
need
be
to get some
perfect.
strikers.
Yeah, so they need to be perfect. So there's a lot of things that need to happen at the same time. Remember, they're getting Forest.
So what are you saying though? Are you? Because obviously I'm looking at Mike's here, and he looks like he's on smoke. Like he's like their presidents. He's just man, just hit.
Hey yo,
Man,
hey
like a
yo.
hit and run.
Ooh la la la. Da, 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 da.
He looks like he's on smoke. Hey, does he? Mike's, what are you saying, man? Actually, you know what? Obviously, Preacher's talking like he's got the 3 points in the bag, though. Like,
And I'm just
them men
saying
are
we
playing
got a
you
good
next.
away. We got a good away record. You know, that's all I'm saying, innit? Like we've got a good away record,
What are you
and
saying,
it's
Mike?
City. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking forward to it. You get me? Hope
I
we
can't
get
hear you.
some
You're
more.
muted. You're muted. You're muted. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can see you. I can't hear you. But I don't know where. I don't know if Mike's confidence is knocked going into the weekend because of a certain Mbappe. And I don't know if, like,
He's just
you're not
representing the
excited
fan
'cause-
base. It's quiet.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, man.
I can hear you, I can hear you.
Your bottom
yeah,
lip's
what-
quivering, bro.
Yeah, what can we talk about Liverpool then? Yeah,
Well, you got just for Liverpool then? Because wait, before we go there, did you think City was back after the weekend? Be honest with me. Did you think City, like, yeah, you know what? This kind of run, you know, baby Rodri,
temporarily,
baby Rodri, and that.
temporarily. No, for real, and that
A
is
quick,
his name.
a quick hattie by Marmouche as well. Light work.
You got it right. It is Baby Rodri. You got it spot on. So,
Who's baby
as you
Rodri?
saw today, the one shining light. I think that was probably our first or second shot on target. Went in, bro. What can I say? Well, yeah, no, I can't say I'm confident. That word can't come out of my mouth right now, but it will in a few days once this result wears off. I'm sure you might know how it is, bro.
I hear it.
I'm sure you know how it is. Simple. Shout out Fam Zone as well. I see you, yeah.
I hear it.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
No, Liverpool.
Wait, what you saying?
Liverpool.
Bruv, the king of Egypt, you know, fam, versus the
Mm.
prince.
What?
He's going to learn. He's going to learn something, fam.
Mad. What you saying, man?
I would love to know who the king and who the prince is, bro. You let me know.
We already know, cuz. What do you mean? We already know. We already know that answer to that.
I want to
question.
know
Who's
as
the king?
well. I want to know the answer as well.
No. We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
You
We want
tell
to
me
know.
first? Huh?
We know who the king of Egypt is. We know.
You're gonna know,
We
yeah?
know. Yeah, we know who the king of Egypt is. Let's not do that, please.
Shout out Toon Tactics. I think he knows what time it is. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Egypt, sure, Toon, like
He said there's only one
you
pharaoh.
know what language I'm speaking, Toon. Come on, man.
You know what? Yeah, I've got a soft spot for City. You guys fought those APT guys and all the rules and financial rules. So I'm going to take it easy. I will say this, like, again, for the City game, because I feel like if I said it at the time, it sound like I'm a bit of a fan. And maybe obviously when City beat us, it was just incredible quality. I would say though, what I suspected is that I think Eddie Howe set us up a little bit wrong, and I wondered if that result not necessarily flattered City, but maybe didn't necessarily. What's the word to say? It didn't flatter you, but I wouldn't necessarily say that you were back. I just think we gave you guys half a yard or a yard too much space, and that just caused all the damage in the world to us. And we don't typically do that. How we were going to do our press. I don't think Liverpool are going to make that mistake. Their press, their coordinate press is exemplary. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys get reminded what you were playing like 2-3 games ago. In this game.
So you're back in Liverpool then? You're back in Pool?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. 100%.
Because Max was speaking like you had him. Like I said, yeah.
No, because
Homie.
Madrid did it as well. Madrid played a really disciplined game, but they kept a really fluid front four. Where at one point I saw Jude Bellingham on the right, and then I'd see Mbappe on the right, and then or they go back, and then you see Vinicius on the left, and you see Mbappe on the left, and that front three or four was so fluid, but their midfield and their defense played really narrow and compact, and they took a hold of Gundogan. So what happened to Erling Haaland, by the way?
Oof. Yeah, what happened, Colin?
all I can say, technical difficulties. I think the computer that Pep uses to select the computer Pep uses to select players, yeah.
He said the robot malfunction.
Yeah,
Was he on the
it was
bench?
The cyborg.
Don't tell me he
no,
was
no,
on the
no,
bench.
bro. Yeah, he was on the bench, but I can't give you a logical
He
explanation
was
as to
on
why.
the bench.
Yeah, I don't know why, but he was
What's
there.
Pep
Yeah,
doing, man? Pep under stress again.
Someone in the group. In the chat.
there's something that he does. He's been doing it recently this season, which I'm not a fan of personally. Like, I don't think anyone is a fan of him deciding in the big games to decide
Say
to
it's-
Nah,
win the
I
world.
don't believe. Nah, was Haaland on the bench? Oh my
He was
word!
on the bench for the whole game. Didn't touch the pitch once, to my
Wow.
knowledge.
Do you think he picked up a knock then? Do you think it was like a little something, or is he saving it for Liverpool?
That's probably what he's doing, you know.
He said,
'Cause
you know
you-
what? Champions League, forget it. I need
Yeah,
to
yeah,
get back up the league. I need to make sure I'm finishing in that top 4.
But he was 1 goal behind. Why would he just like at the start of the game?
Yeah,
That doesn't make
no,
sense.
No way. No way.
If I tell you what, if Haaland was fully
Look,
fit,
come on.
yeah, if Haaland was fully fit, that is an insane decision. If he's like half injured or whatever, then I get it. Like half injured, but not fully fit essentially, then I get it.
Yeah.
I understand it.
Yeah, no, I don't understand that one. But yeah, no, it's crazy. But so where did it go wrong for you? Like what? Like you told me, why did City just capitulate in the first few minutes? Because I swear Mbappe scored within the first 5 minutes or something crazy like that.
He did a mamouche against you guys. Whew.
Or reverse, yeah.
Hey Jordan, I'm guessing you support Arsenal. I don't really need to. I'll address you in a minute. You get me?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the chat. It's that.
I won't make you wait as
Don't worry
long
about the
as
chat, rude boy.
Arsenal have made you wait for a league. You know what I'm saying? I'll actually get back to you. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, no, but he's saying that Haaland. I can't remember. I swear he got a knock against Newcastle, though he did.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah,
There might be from that. Yeah, I do remember there was something.
yeah,
so
yeah. I think you're right. Still.
Even still,
Yeah.
the fact
Jordan
that
said
he's
it still. I
playing
won't
off.
take that credit.
So what was it? Just Mamouche by himself then?
No, this is the crazy. This is why it's hard. It's hard for me to wrap my head around it. Yeah, watch this. Yeah, he put Savinho as a striker with Mamouche up front. Now we love Savinho. We think he's a great player, innit? Like I look at him, it's like, damn, take me back. You know what I'm saying? To the few years that I've seen of great football. Obviously, I ain't seen the Ronaldinho's, but he's a good player. Yeah, and I'm saying everyone knows his strengths are his creative abilities. I think his greatest strength is crossing the ball. He's got a great cross.
Yeah.
We know, as much as we wish it was true, we know he can't shoot. That guy cannot shoot the ball. So you're putting him up front. Why? I don't know why he done that. And then obviously Mamouche is on a bit of momentum because of the hat trick. But to drop Haaland, I think if you're fit enough to be on the bench or fit enough to start, even if he was to start and he came off like John Stones, don't forget, John Stones started the game and he came off after 9 minutes with his Pringle knees. Oh my Lord. So I'm just saying I would have rather Haaland started and came off injured so we know what it is. But nah, what we all wanted to see was Mbappe versus Haaland part 2. And we didn't get to see it. And that's why I'm upset.
I just clocked exactly what we say. Mamouche and Savino up front, but your midfield, like, stop playing Gundogan first. But your midfield of Silva, Gonzalez, and Foden against Chouameni, Ceballos, Bellingham, and Rodrigo. That's insane choice from Guardiola to do that. That is
he hasn't done
lambs
that.
to the slaughter.
He hasn't done that this season yet. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, what a time.
Horrible.
What a time to experiment. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, why don't you do this? Not even Newcastle. Why don't you do this against Leicester?
Against Newcastle.
Yeah, no, but do this against a team that's gonna get relegated, man. You know what I'm saying? Why are you doing this? Like, he done it against Chelsea, even though he won the game. Yeah, like he was experimenting in that game. That's a big game to start Kusanov. I forgot to say he started Kusanov today.
Yeah, the youngster, isn't it? Yeah, the youngster. I did see that. Yeah,
He got hyped. He got hyped after that Newcastle game. Like, he got like a little bit of like boost, didn't it? It's like, no.
What a time to start.
Mad. No, but
Midfield is horrible. If that midfield plays against Liverpool,
hey, listen, and obviously last season, Foden was your guy, innit? Like Foden was the guy that was kind of taking you out from like the dust, taking you like through, winning you games pretty much. And KDB's back now. Is KDB finished, bro? I just want to know. Is he done?
At the,
I seen him have a bit of a belly in that. I wasn't sure. Like, I don't know if it's what's going on.
at the highest level, I can admit KDB has still got whatever we love him for, apart from the legs. I think he's got. He used to be a powerful runner. Yeah, he's no longer a powerful runner. If I'm putting it nicely, to be honest, it's just that's why I noticed just don't get attached to certain things because your heart will break.
I hear it, bro. I hear
You
it.
know what I'm
I
saying?
hear it. I'll go for it right now with Son. I can't lie to you. But we're not talking about my team, innit? That's
Yeah, no,
mad,
De
innit?
Bruyne, De Bruyne, yeah. I remember it was a few games ago. I think he lost a challenge or something. He didn't win his 50-50. And then instead of trying to fight to win the ball back, the guy just started walking like he didn't care. And I was just like, yeah. Oh, you see those knees? You see those knees? Yeah, man. The truth has come to light.
He
Like,
said he's looking for that Saudi money right now. He's thinking, yeah, let me go.
I think,
He's
yeah,
gonna get
we're
an extension.
grateful.
I think
He's
he's
what?
gonna get I think he's going to get an extension at City.
Hey, how would you feel about that if he got an extension? I said, listen, I don't think I'll be ecstatic with that, man. Because Gundogan, for me, that should tell every City fan, no, no, and no. Because Gundogan
Yeah.
it's like you're trying to have a retirement home. It doesn't make sense. Like,
What they're supposed to have is what Madrid have. Because remember, they still got Modric, who's 39 years old, and a couple of other players like that. But they've got Bellingham. They've got
legs
Tchouaméni.
around them.
Yeah.
Legs around them.
So I think the plan is this summer is extend the contract to some of your more experienced players because the experience you can't buy that experience. The De Bruyne, Gundogan if he stays on, and then bring in the legs, whether it's an Edison from Atalanta, for instance, or whoever else. I'm beginning to think that I wonder if Guardiola goes back to that bid for Declan Rice, and he should have maybe just raised it by 5 or 10 million. And I think your season might be looking
that
a
ain't
lot
it.
more different.
That ain't the move, son. I answer me this though. Do you think you man can finish, or do you think you could go on a run from here? Just like a mad run where you just like the City are notoriously known.
Not from here.
Go on,
Run to the airport, maybe, but
Yeah, maybe after Liverpool.
from the
Let me say that scenario, man. I'm saying wrong because City are known to do the runs, innit? They're known to like, at this part of the season they just get into another gear and then they start stepping up. Mike, I'm asking you: do you think you man can finish strong this season? Dare I say it, finish above Arsenal?
Okay, maybe not above Arsenal, but I do think we'll get top 4 this season. I'm well within my right to say that because most teams that play us this season are going to get slapped. Whether we like it or not, it's going to happen. Similar, shout out to once again, yeah, you said a point about us winning 5-1 against you, how it was a 5-1, but it doesn't really mean that much.
No,
and I
agree. Where's the 5-1 from?
Oh yeah,
It goes.
Oh, yeah. It was out of love. I gave you one.
and another one for yourself as well.
Yeah. You didn't notice as well. You're like, oh,
5.
No, you're right. But still, yeah.
Felt like 5-1.
4-0. Yeah, 4-0. You know what? Yeah, I'm just saying it doesn't really mean too much in the grand scheme of things. It's just a great result. Same way how we've lost 4-0 to Spurs, 5-1 to Arsenal. These are results that are mad, but we still keep on pushing. I'm just saying. I think the majority of teams will get smoked, man.
Can I just say your next 5 games: Liverpool, Tottenham, well, Plymouth Argyle, but we don't know how that's going to go. That's going to be wild. Forest away, I think, and Brighton.
Bogies everywhere. Boogers.
That's a bit of a it's not all together. It's not swimmingly. It's not like.
The only problem you mentioned there is Liverpool, really. Apart from that, come on.
Let's go to Forest. Let's go to Forest.
Why would I be scared of Forest? Last time we played, it was a whitewash. Come on.
Where was it? Where is it? Sorry.
Is it at Forest Stadium?
What's their stadium?
Forest.
Exactly. So what's their stadium called? What's the name of their stadium?
Oh man, I should know this.
I'll tell you. Correct me if I'm wrong.
City ground.
That's what he does.
Come on, man.
I thought it was a connection. I was like, that ain't making sense. That ain't working right.
We ran that, man. Funnily enough, I don't even know our record there, but I'm sure we'll win this season, bro.
I hear it. So
I'm
what? Is
so
there no
winning.
team you're shook of then in that running? Is that what you're saying?
Tottenham.
Liverpool at the Etihad. I have
Tottenham.
my fears.
Yeah, it is.
What about Tottenham at their ground?
Oh yeah, Tottenham are a bogey team. I don't know what they do in Manchester. You know, I can't lie. Yeah, something about Tottenham's just off, man. Yeah.
Man, up
Tottenham's
there
not a
just turn up.
guarantee. Tottenham's not a guarantee in
The
it.
man
But
just turn up
Liverpool,
for City, you know. I don't know what it is.
I
But the
don't
man
know
just
why.
turn
Why
up.
do you choose us? Like,
The man just get up for
come
it.
on, man.
Man. Pause.
Come on, man. We've been doing you a favor for how many years? Taking Arsenal out of the equation, yeah, and then you just
No,
keep
we
on
did one
taking.
for you last season, to be fair. Like, we did one for you
Yeah.
last You know what I
You
mean?
did repay the favor still.
Yeah, but right now it's like we need to look after Liverpool. I'll be real. You know what I'm saying? Just like Newcastle fans with Forest, you know. They do little trade deals. Let's have it right. Come on. You know what I mean?
We
Let's
did
keep it
one deal.
100.
You man were
Bro.
running like operations, like.
You know what's mad though? I didn't even know this. Man, them check this, yeah. Did you know that Ineos was sponsoring Tottenham? That's
What?
crazy to me. Did you know Sir Radcliffe was sponsoring our team, my team? Yeah. So all them transfers that we're doing, they're like helping put money in our pocket. I said, "Oh my days, Manchester, their club is a joke." But like, funny enough, I couldn't find any Manchester fans tonight. It's kind of crazy. I don't know why, but yeah, for some reason they're running hard. I ain't seen Yoms for a minute. I'll be real. Yoms has been missing.
Yeah,
He's had enough. He's
Yoms.
beyond. It's
Ian's
beyond.
been trolling him a bit still.
Ian, why is Ian trolling him? Like his fellow.
Yeah,
his
but
fellow
remember, he doesn't like Amorim, innit?
who Ian doesn't like Amorim.
He thinks
Yeah, he's
Amorim's
not
a
happy.
fraud.
Yeah, he's not happy. Yeah, he's not happy.
So did he want to keep Ten Hag?
No, he thinks Ten Hag's a fraud. Remember, he was the first one that wanted Ten Hag out,
Oh, and he wants Amorim out as well.
and he wants Amorim out as well.
Yeah, he's not happy. He wants straight results, bruv. Like
Yeah,
Xavi
he
and
just
London.
coming for the short term.
He's stuck in 2010, bruv. He doesn't know
Yeah,
what
yeah,
time
yeah.
it is. He thinks he's still got Rooney up front and then all of them, man, and Tevez and that. It's a new era, G.
Yeah.
But just before I go back onto Amorim thing, Mike's still on City. I just want to know, do you man get it back up next season? No pause.
I always said it probably won't be next season, but the season after. If I'm being
Fair
honest.
enough. I like that.
Yeah,
You know what?
don't forget.
Fair enough, and I agree with that.
Don't forget, yeah, man's currently fighting cases, bro. I don't know how that's gonna go in it.
You're gonna find out this March. You're gonna get the outcome this March.
It's March, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
What do you
looking
think?
good.
Do you think you'll beat it, Michael
Yeah,
Jackson?
of course.
Huh?
Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah. The Michael Jackson thing. Yeah, we're beating that still. Hell yeah. And the reason why
Jackson
God.
didn't beat the case. He's made some settlements, some weird settlements here and there. I don't know.
You're a
like,
gun fan. You're a gun. You're done out here. Back to where you was. I'm telling you, hey, team, be careful, you know, because remember Chelsea 20 years ago, they would, and now look where they are. Be careful, man. Do it properly. I'm telling you. Do it
and
properly.
we're keeping our hands clean. We've got the whole system.
Yeah, I know,
against
but
us.
I'm just saying, your club's got a bigger reputation to protect than Chelsea and City. Get me? So be careful, bro. You've got a lot more to lose, bro.
That's true.
Do that.
They
Don't
will
follow
fall,
them.
they will put the hammer on us, mate. After all of that.
Yeah. They will.
They're giving us the treatment they wish they gave to City when they first got taken over. That's what we're getting.
Yeah, 100.
Hey, but do you not think that, just talking about Man U quick, because they're not hearing it, so I might as well. Do you think that Amorim, like, do you think he's getting a free ride? Do you think he's getting like session? Because anyone else, they'll be like, raw, why is he not adapting to the situation? He hasn't got the players he wants.
You hit the nail on the head there, Ash. Because if he adapts, guess who else adapted? Mr. Ten Hag adapted.
Uh-oh.
And we go a full circle. In fact, we go 180. Apologies, don't go full circle. Or do we go full circle? Because we'll go back right back to the beginning essentially. Yeah, exactly. So Ten Hag, we'll go back to what Ten Hag said is, I can't play my way because I don't have the players, and you've sacked him. Then you get another guy who says, who then, if he now plays his way, he is doing the right thing. He's playing his way, but he's playing through some pain. Like, this is painful. And you've still got 14, 15 games of the season to go. Big up, Stefan. You've still got 14, 15 of the
What's
game.
up, guys? What's up? I passed out. My bad.
Then he woke up like this. Get back on.
I felt terrible. Yeah, so sorry, Ash. Sorry, I'm late.
Nah, that's cool, man.
Nah,
Don't
it's
worry,
cool.
man.
Just talking
We're here,
about Man
we're here.
United. The
We're
the
here.
thing is, they've still got 14, 15 games to go. I didn't see the league table. I think they're 8 points about relegation. And this, can you imagine Man United are still in the FA Cup, I think, as well. And they're
Yeah,
still in
they are.
Europe. So they've
They are.
still got at least maybe 20 plus games of this pain to go. And it is painful. It is painful.
No, but but not only that too. Their squad is paper thin now. They have
Yeah.
injuries that are pretty much, from what I read, Mainu is not going to be back until April at least.
Mm.
They have no. They have no. They have no.
Ahmad
Their
as
squad is
well.
completely like gone. So I don't know what he has to do. He keeps talking about he's got to keep the same formation, the same philosophy, but it's not working. And if he continues like this weekend, I think they're playing Everton away.
Yeah, Goodison Park.
Yeah, they're losing. They're losing that.
Yeah, Goodison Park. I think they got Leicester as well coming up at home. But it's like, where's the
Yeah,
point
Leicester-
coming from?
They could
They're
get
playing loads
points.
of Liverpool,
It
but
could get grimy though if they lose against Leicester though. It could get
Yeah, I
get
think they
deep.
could get points.
I think
they could get
they
points.
might start fighting each other. I'm being serious, man. I think they're gonna start fighting.
No. What's
It's gonna be
gonna
moving,
happen
it'll be
is
punching in the rain.
No. They got Ipswich. It's Ipswich, not Leicester. It's Ipswich. After Everton, they got Ipswich.
Okay, my bad. Okay.
You know what? I just
Still,
I
think still
don't
same
see them.
feeling.
I watched them against Southampton at home, and for the first 60 minutes,
Fighting for their
Southampton
lives.
completely outplayed them.
Fighting for their lives.
Was his name Sulamera on them, man? Them,
Yeah.
Sulemana made Lenny Yoro look like he completely destroyed him in that game. Like there were times where he was just running past them at ease, and
That's the best we've seen of Southampton, by the way. Like, there's no other
Yeah.
team that's made Southampton look good.
yeah. It's
I
true.
mean, look at them. Even Spurs, they made the Spurs midfield, which has been porous all season. They made Madison look like some controller of the midfield when. Like I'm sorry, like their midfield, and even
your
in
mouth,
that
son.
game.
What's your mouth?
But the most worrying aspect for me as to why I really think Man United can't get out of the hole is the guy that used to carry them, Bruno.
Yeah.
Against Spurs, I've never seen him play so bad. He was he was horrendous.
Yeah.
I've never seen him lose the ball. He didn't even do his typical moaning at the ref, which
couldn't
told
be
me
bothered.
everything.
Yeah, he couldn't be bothered.
He
It was out of him.
couldn't be bothered. Didn't really care. Looked completely kind of just bereft of any sort of motivation.
You say like Madeline. You say Fernandez was missing. Crazy.
No, he wasn't missing. He just every time he got the ball, he would either lose it or try some crazy pass that would go out of play, take too long on the ball. Like I've never seen it. Like the only good play he did was the pass, the big chance that Man United had in the first half. The 1-on-1, I think it was Garnacho. Yeah.
Answer me this then, guys. Just a quick segue, yeah. Europa Cup final. Man United versus Spurs.
Spurs. No, you guys are gonna play. You guys are gonna play in the quarters. I think you guys are scheduled to play in the quarters. I think the way it's
You ruined
running.
my hypothetical, man.
Sorry. Go on. Go on.
Damn it.
One of you.
All right,
I think
quarters. No.
you beat them.
Let's run
You
it.
beat them.
Let's run it. Quarters, yeah. Who's winning that?
You beat them. Like you just got to ignore this whole thing where people keep on saying heritage. Yes, sometimes heritage counts, but when you gotta have. These guys are like
Really bad.
you beat them what 4 times this season? 3 times this season?
Three times,
Three-peat.
but let's be honest. The 2 games that they won at White Hart Lane, they weren't like really resound. If Man United had their shooting boots on in both games, those games could have finished very differently.
Go on,
Preach.
but all around, it's you've got bad luck and you've been outplayed. It's like whatever category you pick, it's bad. You know what I mean? Like, I get what you're saying, but whatever category you pick, it's been bad. So you can't. Yeah, like it's. I ain't got no. I wouldn't have no confidence if I was United. But this is my thing, though.
Yeah.
This is how I feel. Yeah, I feel like from when they sacked Ten Hag, yeah, the season was written off. They got Amorim.
Off.
But I don't think they expected to be like in a relegation battle. I don't.
But are we saying they should have kept Ten Hag then?
They
Is
should
that what
have kept
everyone's
Ten
saying?
Hag. They should have kept Ten Hag.
No.
They shouldn't have kept
They
Ten
should
Hag.
have got rid of him before the season started when they fought like Stefan. I agree with you.
If they were a big club, they would have said thank you for the FA Cup, but
Yeah.
it's not good enough. And they should have done like an internal review, because today
They did though. They did
No,
the internal
they
review.
did, and that's why they tried for a month to sack him. They tried to find a guy, but they couldn't find someone that they thought was actually better on the market. They didn't want to pay then the release clause for Amorim. They thought it was too pricey. But then, as the season progressed, they saw that
They had
he
to,
he
they
just
had
wasn't good. And if you read today, there was an interview with Varane, who literally says it how it is about Ten Hag, which is he basically didn't have a really good relationship with the senior players of Man United, including him.
Mhm.
And so you could just tell that the FA Cup final was kind of, I would say, a blip more so than the actual reality of the
But which
of the
manager has a
situation.
good relationship with the Man United senior players? Like they've
Oli Gunnar Solskjaer.
Oh
and,
yeah, Holly.
and look,
For real.
Yeah.
For real.
I think, I do.
Class of 92.
Like, I think they saved. I
99.
think they made the good call. Like, I rate
No,
Amorim.
I just
If
want
they
to
survive,
ask now, because
the
Cass
season,
defended Ineos like as if he was employed by them. I just want to ask him now if he likes the actual direction, because not only did Ineos screw everything up in terms of player recruitment, hiring a sporting director, then sacking him 6 months later, tremendous, and then they hired a coach midway through the season, assessing him in the summer that we shouldn't hire this coach because the players that we have are very different to his style. But then they do the opposite 4 months later. Okay, I I think Ineos should get just as much heat, if not more, than
Amorim.
Amorim for sure. But I
But
do think if they get into the relegation
yeah.
zone, they're gonna have to sack him.
And
Like, I would
but
see.
if they sack him, then they've got no one to hide behind. Do you know what I'm saying? And then
If
also
they're
with
not gonna.
with
not gonna-
Amorim, hey, Mike's, what do you think about this though?
Yeah,
Playing
no,
Hoyland, is that acceptable, bro? He's
No. Keep doing it. I remember the Hoyland and Haaland comparison. I'm not forgetting that quickly, guys. Come on now. I remember what they were saying, just because they're from the same region in Europe, that they're going to be similar on the ball as well in terms of ability. Like, guys, I feel like both of his twin brothers are better than him at football, and it's facts, actually. It's facts. So, yeah, Hoyland is it's a joke. Watching him makes me question a lot of things about myself. I feel like I could be doing anything else other than him up front. It's shocking still. So yeah, the whole Man United thing is just everyone. We know we're wasting our time here. They're useless right now.
No, but just to
Go on,
find
say
it, you know what the most worrying thing about Man United is? If you look at their competitors around them, the relegation teams, Ipswich, Southampton. Ipswich have a forward that's miles better than any of theirs in Delap. He's much better than Xerxes. He's much better than Hoyland. And Southampton have two wingers that are currently better than any of their available wingers in Dibling and in arguably Suleimana, for me, is
yeah.
better than most of their than all of their wingers. So the fact that the two relegation threatened teams have potentially better forward players than you is really, really worrying. And
It's
Bruno not
not just
scoring
them
any
as well.
goals like he used to 2-3 years ago, where he would have almost a goal or an assist every game,
So then
is
it's
really
not on the
killing him.
manager then, really. The manager needs his players then, really. You need to give him a bit more time. You can't say if Southampton have better wingers and who else did you say?
Ipswich,
Southampton.
Stella.
Southampton. It's got a better winger. Oh yeah, even like the striker,
Yeah.
you're saying is better. Then surely Man United need that summer window to address that front line, because he's only been in the job for what, 3 months, 4 months? Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm,
If that,
I don't know how though, Ash, because I'm reading financially, they're really screwed.
yeah, they have to sell before they buy. Of course, they need to get rid of Rashford. I don't know. Well, Villa might be willing to pay the wages because the wages is crazy. But again, Rashford might have to drop a couple wages down. I don't know. But like the way I'm looking at it, they got to get rid of him. Casemiro, they got to try and ship him to like Saudi or somewhere.
He doesn't want to leave. Did you not read his statement?
Oh yeah, he said he wants to run down his contract.
Yeah, he
That's
wants to run. Why would you? Why would you run? He's
Hey.
on 300K a week.
The non-fee, that signing on fee that he's going to get from.
Hey, where are the Man U fans? Hey, listen. You know what? I don't blame him. To be fair, yeah, I would go missing too. Still,
No, it's tough. It's tough. It's really tough to be a Man United fan at the moment.
yeah.
I
So,
think.
And
Go on.
and I was asked this honest question: who is in a worse? Who would you say has had a more disappointing season, Spurs or Man United?
Man United.
I disagree. I think it's Spurs.
Yeah, I think
Because Spurs have had a coach
no,
for a year and a half. Man United fired their coach and are going through.
Why? Okay, maybe the way I'm looking at it is who I think has got more hope. I think Spurs do. I think Spurs have gone what we went through last season in terms of the. I really think it's Spurs' injuries that is down to them. There's where they and I can kind of see where they're going. I do think Andrew's style is a bit more advanced to where the players at, but I can see the vision of where they're trying to go to. With Man United, though, the layers of issues they have are so far-reaching. It's insane. Like, so that's why I have a lot more hope. If I'm a young, ambitious player and I'm going to the summer, Man United are talking to me and Spurs, yeah, you can tell me Heritage, Champions Leagues and stuff like that, but I'm looking at your squad. I'm looking at where you're at.
It's shocking.
yeah,
I'm thinking,
that's bad.
No,
Because
but too, you can look at both clubs and it's the same problems.
sorry?
I think Heritage still is a strong pull factor for United, yeah, and I think there are players that will want to be part of this bring United back kind of thing. Like I think they've always going to have that. I don't think it's like you got to remember that they still won a trophy the last 2 seasons, so it's like
Yeah.
we're still like. Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying we're still like, if you look at the history, they've still won things since Fergie. You get me, like here and there's. You get me, like what Tottenham really would like to be doing. They're still kind of doing it, even
I
in their
remember,
worst.
Tell could have gone United. He weren't Spurs, but
Oh my God.
I
Right now,
That was
now, I get it. Yeah, but you see, if United don't get relegated, it's all clean sheet again. It's literally like, okay, like now you've got your full season.
I hear
But
what
it's
you're saying.
but it's not though, because we just talked about how hard it is going to. Well, unless they become Chelsea-like sellers, because how are they going to shift their players?
The
They're on
only
300Ks and stuff like that.
that's why they tried to sell Garnacho in January. Everybody knows they really tried to sell him, and I'm not gonna be surprised if in the summer they either sell Garnacho again, they try and sell him again, or they sell Mainu, because those are the only ones that are pure
Mainu.
profit and that have
No way would they
some sort of value.
No
I
way.
wouldn't be surprised.
No
You know,
way.
the only
They're not
reason
selling
I'll
Mainu.
say is
Bring him to the tune.
two. We don't know. We don't even know who's. There might be a team that's stupid enough to buy a
Yeah,
player.
there will be.
Chelsea were willing to
There will
offer
be.
50 to 60
You know what I'm
million.
saying? Like I get
So
what
I think
we're saying.
they'll so for instance, they'll sell Højlund, Xerxes, and Garnacho. But the thing is, what I'm trying to say is, yes, we don't rate those players, but you still got Casemiro, Rashford, and that left. So you're selling the players that you brought in that you thought would help you move forward, but you're having to sell those players as well, and the players that were holding you back before. Like, how big is the turnover going to? How many can you get rid of, and then bring? Like, it's going to be like some. Like
They're gonna have They're gonna have to make the most painful decision, like Arsenal did when Arteta first came, which is they're gonna have to pay off Probably Rashford. They're
They
gonna have to pay
can't.
off
They haven't got the
Casemiro probably.
what
Just
terminate
like
the
Arsenal
contract,
had to
pay off
do
the
with
Yeah,
contract.
yeah.
They
Mustafi,
can't. They can't. They haven't got the money for that.
Kolasinac, and Ozil. We had to do that to get rid of them because their wages were so much above their actual value that teams were willing to offer that there was no offers whatsoever. So Arsenal just had to get rid of him no matter
The
what.
same for
Wow.
Revo.
And
Wow.
Go on, Max. Go on, Max.
Listen, that's not Man United's thing. That's Arsenal's thing. Man United will do a Phil Jones, and just let man sit on the bench, and they're not going to cancel it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what's going to happen. There's going to be multiple players. One's on 300. Who knows what Casemiro's on? All the guys that they want to get rid of are going to run down their deals because teams are smart enough to know that Man United
It's
aren't
nuts.
going to.
It's nuts. It's really
no, but I feel like
the
even the
mismanagement
element
has been
of,
shocking. Just
I
shocking.
think there's a lot of elements. Like some of those players might have to be going to like the lower league teams and be like, yeah, look, career wise, some of them might like. I feel like there's going to be a few elements. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's a dead end for them. I honestly, if they make it through, if they win imagine if they win a cup as well. I mean, I get it, but like
Preach.
they might be.
Who are they gonna sell apart from Mainu? Because you guys say Hoyland and Xerxes. The problem is they need to make profit from those sales so they can make money. Hoyland was £73 million. Xerxes was 40. They're not gonna make any.
Yeah,
Nobody's
but the
gonna pay
right
more than
player with the
25 for
wages.
Xerxes currently, and for Hoyland, fuck me, I don't know, maybe 20. He's horrendous too. They're both horrendous. No, and they're not gonna make. They're gonna make
But
a
they make, yeah,
loss,
but they
which will
save
go into
money on
their
the
accounts.
you know.
The only two
Remember,
players they can make money on, in my actually three, are Diogo Delo, the fullback,
Mm.
Mainu, and Garnacho. That's the only three that I can
yeah, but
think
you're
of that
just
are
Whoa,
quite
talking.
what
sellable.
about
You're just
Anthony?
talking
Come
about.
on now.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
they just got rid of Anthony. You're just talking about like the upfront fees, yeah, of what a club will pay, but they save money on the wage bill and things like that. There's other elements to these things. It's like
Yeah, yeah,
depending
yeah,
on
yeah,
True,
what
yeah,
player
yeah.
they get
true,
rid
that's
of.
true.
That's what I mean. There's a way like we don't. They've got
But
to do
preach.
that.
But when you sell a player, in order for him to be sellable, one of the things that will attract teams to buy him, like a Mainu or Garnacho, is the fact they're not on big wages. So they'll be able to pay 40, 50 million for those players because he's on 70, 80K a week. Not Rashford, who they'll want probably at least 35 to 40 million and pay him somewhere close to his
Yeah, but
350K.
I hear what you're saying, but I like me a negotiation. I'll be like, look, you didn't have the best season. You get me? It's not worth that about amount of money. We'll cut it down. You're going to be a main player at our club, and then prove yourself, and then we'll up it again.
They
You get
never
me?
they
Things like
never
that.
agree like this, preach, because the player
Bruv, there's a lot of players that have taken pay cuts, bruv. Like, do you
the
get me?
only
Like, there are a
no,
lot of
but
players.
they don't take pay cuts, preach. Do you know what from what I understood? What happens is if a player goes from, let's say, 300K to 200K, what happens is when he's leaving the club, he speaks to the team, like Man United, like Rashford will go to the club and say, "Okay, I'm gonna move to Villa for 35 million, and be paid 200K or 180K a week, but you're gonna have to chip in and give me another 5 or 7 million to make up for the lost wages that I would have to, if I move, that I will lose." It was one of the main reasons why Scott McTominay
Moxorty.
last, I think, 2 summers ago didn't move to West
I hear
Ham,
you.
and
But
why the
like,
Aaron
I'll,
one Bissaka deal took ages with West Ham because of that,
yeah, but you could
because they
do
didn't
things
want to
like
pay.
I'll take.
I'll give
I'll
you a
take.
better goal bonus or something like that. You get me? A goal scoring bonus. I'll give you a better
Maybe,
goal.
yeah, but
But there's loads of negotiation things, bruv. Like it's not. I don't. I just feel if they make
Bro,
it through this season, it's a
but this is
clean
the
sheet.
thing, though. But this is the thing. Let me just drop this now. Some of the players are coming out and they're saying they're not enjoying the style of play, the
shit
tactics,
always comes
the
out.
formation. Do you know what I mean?
Because they
And
can't
that
do it.
Always.
always says to me that right, that manager he's under pressure. If they lose again to Everton away, bro, it's gonna get real
No, but
testy.
Ash, as but you should know this is bullshit because as a Spurs fan,
I know it's
whenever
bullshit,
Spurs
but
go through a rut, with their coach, this shit always comes out. Either training is too
I
intense,
know,
like
but
under
that's what I'm
Conte.
saying. It's a sign of the end times for the coach. That's what I'm saying.
I
I know it's
disagree.
bullshit.
It's a
I
sign.
know
Like,
It's a sign.
he's safe. He is safe. This is what I'm saying. He
Yeah.
is safe.
He's
The,
safe.
the what have they
We see what
the hurdles they jumped to get him, they can't get rid of him.
They can't get.
Like
I think what maybe okay. So entertain the hypothesis, right? So I'm on the boat that says that he's probably the right man, but I think he's come at the wrong time, right? Counter to with all the stuff that's already happened, he's still got another 3-4 months of this stuff to go. Like if say there is an ounce, a little bit of truth that there's discontent about his playing style, his relationships, or whatever, that stuff. If those players don't go, that stuff stays. Like how much of him wants to even be there? How much of them even wants him there? And do the directors begin to say, man, does a style begin to work after 3-4 months, for instance? Like, and by the time you get to the summer, you're like, man, can we do we even believe in this anymore? Like at all? You know, I think that's what maybe you can come down to. Something that is good can look bad after you've just muddied it for so long, essentially. I mean, if they withstand that and they're resilient, fair play to them.
because I think their plan is already like, let's make it through this season, innit? That. So I'm saying if they make it through, they can be all right, cool. That was a crazy roller coaster, but the original plan was just to make it through the
No,
season.
but roller coasters go up. Which I'm saying at some point. I don't think they anticipate that it's just going to go sky diving downwards like it's horrendous.
I'm just saying, like, we saw the performance of Bruno Fernandes. What if
Yeah.
that happens to 1 or 2 more players that are quite influential in the team?
It's already happened, Ash.
Well, this is what I'm saying
Everybody's
to you.
crap.
So
Everybody's crap.
and like the results are going south, like, and they're losing 2 or 3 on the bounce. There could be a conversation had. That's all I'm saying. There could be a conversation.
No. If they get into the relegation zone, I think they'll sack him.
The thing is, this is my thing. Yeah, they get a new man. They sack him and they get a new manager in. Yeah, we've already realized these players
Are
ain't
shit.
doing well in the league with 2 previous managers. Yeah, so the third manager, the only thing you can come in and do is play defensive. You're not changing anything. You're just playing defensive. So Amorim, really and truthfully, if they're really that angry, they need to just turn around and say to him, bruv, you need to just play defensive or we're firing you.
I
Because
preach.
there's no difference, because they're not changing players.
Did you see the way Xerxes was jogging around that pitch against
Oh my
Tottenham
God.
at Tottenham Hotspur
I get
Stadium?
you.
And Amorim was like this. Hey,
Bro,
pressure, squeeze them. Like he was doing bare hand movements, like, you know what I'm saying?
I just see Amorim looking down. I just see Amorim looking down.
Yes, sorry about that as well.
No, it's completely true. And I remember reading about Xerxes that one of the criticisms in Serie A about him, one of the doubts that they had was the fact that he took too much time on the ball. He was too slow, and you could see that in that game. You could see how he took far too long to make a decision, and he just looked off the pace. And although he has nice touches and he has good
I
technique,
guarantee you, Stefan, he plays the next game. This is what I'm saying.
He's got no
he
choice.
has to.
I hear what preachers say.
Ash, he has to. He has no other
He's got no choice. Like he has to do.
Yeah.
Ash. Remember at one
Yeah,
point,
go
which game was it? He had both Rasmus and Xerxes on the bench. And
On the bench, yeah.
Who did he
Because
play
they're
up front?
shit. They're both shit.
Hold on. He played. Who did he play up front? Was it
Bruno. I think he played Bruno up front.
So
He played Bruno.
But guys. Anyway, I want to come off Man United.
Yeah,
they're not even here, bro. Obviously, can we talk back? Can we swing it
Where's
back?
Ian? Can I just ask Ian, where are you? All you do is troll on WhatsApp and never come on.
Hey, was it 1 hour 4 minutes? Hey, send this to Ian, please. 1 hour.
Stefan, you found one on him. You found one.
Hey, 1 hour 4 minutes. Send that in the group ASAP.
Mr. Some Terrorist.
Hey,
Some
listen.
terrorist. Yeah, that's what I'm calling him.
Same as the keyboard warrior, yeah? All right, cool. But no, hey, Arsenal. I'm talking about Arsenal. That's why Stefan's here. He's an Arsenal man.
Okay.
And I'm saying to you, is the door open? Like, actually, forget the door open. Talk to me about the Liverpool game. What was your thoughts, man?
My thoughts for the Liverpool game was that I thought Villa were fortunate to get away with a point based on the chances. But I am starting to see a slightly worrying pattern when it comes to Liverpool, which is now for the third game running, Everton. I watched them against Wolves and now Villa, especially. The last 15 to 20 minutes, especially in this game, man, Liverpool looked completely off their feet. They were dead. They could barely walk. And I think the games are starting to slowly catch up with them, and just the way they played, the amount of sprints. But it's a draw. I would have wanted Villa to win, but I think it's a perfect lead way to the game on the weekend. City away. I think if they gift as much space as they did to Villa, I think City will definitely score at least one or two goals.
City won't do nothing.
That's not true. Obviously, Liverpool
Calm
created
down.
Friendship, it's nice little friendship going on there.
Yeah. No, Liverpool, no matter who they play, always gift the opposition chances, and
That's true.
my players with chances gifted to them, depending on the day, it could be a good day. You know what I'm saying?
We're not that far. Our defense ain't that far from Arsenal's record. We're not that
Yeah,
far.
exactly.
Wasn't it 3 weeks ago better than Arsenal's?
It was 3 weeks ago. Yeah.
Oh, was it? Okay. Well, now it's not anymore. Preach, like I told you.
Yeah, but
it's
there's other
okay.
things that are
It's
still the
okay.
same, though. There's other things that are still the same. It's not.
What? Our
we're still
defense is
first.
better than yours in every
And we're
metric.
still
What are you on
Yeah,
about?
but we're still first.
Okay.
Talk to me
That's what I'm
about
saying.
Gravenberch.
Innit? I admitted 3 weeks ago it was better, innit? And that's it. That's all that's changed.
Talk to me about Gravenberch, because obviously he's been a key player at the moment
Mm.
for Liverpool. What did you think of his performance?
Are you asking me, Ash?
Anyone.
Uh,
Yeah, go on,
Let's
Steph.
go to Preach because he's the propagandist for Liverpool. Yeah, let's tell us, Preach.
Well, yeah. I mean, I feel like he played well away game
He
at
played
Villa,
well.
innit?
You thought he played well,
Yeah.
yeah?
Yeah, he played well. I never said great, but he played well. He didn't play poor. We didn't lose. He played good enough to like make sure we didn't lose at Villa away. Like,
So wait. So you played not to lose, or you played to win? Which one is it, Preach? Because when you draw,
when you play.
it's
So,
okay. We
let me
didn't
answer that
lose.
question. No, you do try not to lose. You know, there's an element of trying not to lose the game. That's what.
What do you mean,
but
bro?
but when
That's
Arsenal
what
played defensive away to City for a draw,
Oh gosh, we're back
that's
here.
playing for
We're
a draw.
back
But
here.
when Liverpool draw against Villa away, where Arsenal won, no, that's
You needed
that's
no,
good
bro.
defense. Okay.
Let's debunk that straight. Yeah, the positionings are different. You're chasing. When you're chasing, you don't slow down. That's the difference. Yeah, stop comparing. You was chasing the gate. You were supposed to be chasing City, and you slowed down. That don't make no
We
sense.
were supposed to. We were leading first of all 2-1, so we weren't chasing.
Oh, but then
and we were with 10 men.
In the title race, you're chasing to win it, and you slowed down. You thought, let's just do the point thing here and then win the other games. You
Okay.
slowed down.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. And it's different. Yeah.
No,
When it's a
I get it.
position, so.
Draws are incredible when Liverpool do them, but negative
No,
when
it's
Arsenal
not, bro.
do them.
If you win, we've been there before, innit? You lot was laughing at us when we drew to Newcastle, Fulham. Then we won the next game. Those points was good points. They was laughing at us when we drew against Forest and 10 men Fulham, and then we won the next game. They were good points.
What I'll say about the
After
Villa, why I don't get too much. I understand what people are saying. I don't really see the Villa game as there's a crack. You can see the chinks in the armor in my point of view. I think Villa did well tactically in terms of having runners off the ball. McGinn was really, really good. For instance, there was, I forgot who, Jacob Ramsey and Morgan Rogers. Like when those guys are running through the midfield, you know, grab them. I'm almost convinced Liverpool had just Gravenberch screening the back four, and I think maybe that's what maybe Slot was perhaps underestimating where Villa were at. I mean, it was probably better to have a double pivot rather than just the one. But that's fine. He's going to learn that. So I don't really see that as a chink in the armor. And the fact that I think still Liverpool dominate the attacking momentum of the game and whatnot. Like I think that was if there's a way to if you're gonna draw away to another top 8, top 6 team that Villa are trying to be. That's not a bad result. Like Arsenal did the same thing. So I don't really see it as a chink in the arm. I thought the Wolves game was a bit more worrying. I saw a little bit more complacency in the Wolves game rather than the Villa game. The Villa game was a little bit more understandable.
I wouldn't call it complacency. They look tired. They look dead on their.
But what I would say is, I think for Liverpool, what's concerning is Bradley obviously picking up
yes
a knock.
Yes.
And again, like I said before at the start of the show, Trent for me doesn't look like defensively anyway, doesn't look like he has the same heart as Bradley in terms of fight, in terms of like sticking one on the player, like aggression.
Like taking the ball and scoring a goal.
He's pretty.
He's not that type of player to take the ball.
Attacking wise,
in the middle of the pitch,
you can't lock him. Attacking wise, you can't lock him. But defensively, I'm saying, look, I don't know if his head's in Madrid or like I don't know.
No, he's always Ash. I don't get it with him. He chooses games where he wants to defend, and there are games where he is an absolute disgrace. Like he doesn't even try. Like he stops running or he's lazy. Like I don't get it with Trent. Is it because he's tired? Maybe it was at the end of the half. He was tired. But that second goal for Villa, he literally didn't even try. Like he just watched as the play developed.
But what I don't understand here is maybe other teams need to make their right backs play a bit like Trent, and their teams will win trophies, because I don't get it. You want us to do the same thing as other teams that don't win things.
True. No, he is.
He wins trophies, this way. So you want him to do the same things as right backs that don't win trophies. Your right backs.
Okay. Well,
this is so stupid.
No, he hasn't got to preach. This is what you don't understand.
Real Madrid don't want your right back, bruv. They want ours.
Yeah, because he's free. Because you're amazing negotiator. You're amazing. Because you're amazing, Michael Edwards.
I never said he's free. They don't want your right back. They want your centre back.
Yes, preach. But if they want their centre back, they're going to have to pay $100 million.
Free. They want your centre back, and he's not free. So
okay, yes, they want it because he's good.
Don't give me that rubbish,
of course.
But rubbish. I don't want to hear this rubbish. Stop
preach.
talking about Trent, bruv. Your right backs don't win nothing, bruv.
Okay. They're gonna. Because Trent has won. Because Trent has won so much for Liverpool. He's going to leave Liverpool.
Yes, he has won so much for Liverpool. Count how much he's won in the last 9 years compared to you.
He's won one Premier League fucking title. And stop acting like he's like
one
dynasty.
One thing, bruv. What is yours won in the last 5 years, bruv? Because Trent he's not 30 plus. He ain't been around for 30 years.
Yes, and he's still leaving Liverpool.
Let's talk about he's
still leaving Liverpool.
In his playing career, what's your right back done? All of them. Name all your right backs. What have they done in
all
their
our right backs? Are you seriously going there?
Since you saw Trent play football, what's your right backs done? Since you've seen Trent play football,
it's our worst period.
Every one of your right backs.
That's like, you know what? That's like me saying. That's like me saying, preach. Compare Ashley Cole to Paul.
No, I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Like, how is that even relevant?
Bro, stop saying things I haven't said. I've compared Trent to all your right backs. That's all I've done.
So Trent is better than Lauren. Trent is better than Bakary Sagna. Are you going there?
Was Trent playing when Lauren was around?
Well, there's different periods. I'm
talking about this period, bro. I'm talking about the period. Trent didn't win anything in those periods. Yeah, in his period, he won games, and in that period, your right backs ain't done nothing. So I'm not going to copy your right backs.
How does winning?
Anything, your own right backs ain't copying Lauren. Your own right backs ain't copying Lauren.
Okay,
your own right backs ain't copying Lauren themselves.
Okay, yes. So if only you know what. If only Trent could actually try to defend, he'd be okay at defending. He just doesn't even try. But how does
Bruv,
winning
he doesn't
trophies?
need to, bro. We've got a great centre backs that cover him.
No,
and
they
we win
don't.
things
You're
as
conceding
proof.
goals again.
We
You're
win things
conceding
as
goals
proof,
again.
bruv. Medals are evidence of it working. The plan
Okay.
worked.
Okay,
Getting
okay,
into
Preach.
finals,
I'm just
getting
gonna.
into finals, it means the plan is working.
Okay, okay. I'm just gonna ask you today.
Go on,
The
ask me a
second goal, was
hyperlogical
that not
question.
on Trent? Was that not on Trent's lack of defensive effort?
Bruv, he's made mistakes, and we drew because of his effort as well. Like it works, bruv. Like,
You drew. You
bruv,
drew because he
you're,
scored a deflected goal, a lucky ass goal.
bruv, you call it lucky, innit? He shot you. Like he shot.
Of
What do you
course,
think?
I forgot
You know what, bro?
deflections. I
Bro,
forgot
let me
about
tell you
this.
something. Let me tell you
Deflected
something. You see
goals,
when you, bro,
deflected
you see
goals when
when you,
it's Liverpool, they're
can I ask you
planned.
something?
They're not
You see
lucky.
when
I
you
forgot
got,
about
you
that.
see when you've got a corner kick, yeah. What do you expect the player to do from the flag? Cross it. You're supposed to do the thing. But when
Are you
he's in front of
seriously? Are you
goal, you're
seriously
supposed to
comparing a
shoot.
deflected
No,
goal
listen, don't
to a
interrupt me.
set
When you're in
piece?
front of goal, you're supposed to shoot. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yes.
Shoot, and that's what
And
he
if
done, and he
if
scored.
I shoot and it's going to the other
You see next
side
time,
and it
you see next
deflects to
time
go
you
into
get,
the middle and
you
beats
see
the
the next
keeper,
time you get
that's
a
not luck.
deflected goal. You see the next time you get a deflected goal, give the opposition a new goal and say it don't count.
No, I'm
Yeah,
not.
do you
I'm not
do?
saying
See
it
that?
doesn't
Yeah.
count. I'm saying it
Then
was
shut up.
fortunate.
Then shut up.
I'm
If it don't
saying it was
count,
fortunate.
it's not fortunate. He couldn't handle the
Alright,
power
Of
in his
course
shot.
it's not.
I'm gonna go
Of
around in
course,
circles on
He
it
needs
this
was
to
one.
do
all
more.
planned.
He needs to do
Trent
more
meant
wrist
to.
work.
Trent meant to
Let's
have
break
the
Keeper
it
needs
up.
to do
deflection.
Let's
more
break
wrist
it up
work.
a little bit. Let's break it up. I
The
want to know
keeper,
a
the
question.
keeper needs to do more wrist work. That's what you need to be saying.
Don't get
We
sensitive.
know
Don't
Trent's
get
a
sensitive,
He's
baller.
Preach.
got a shot, rude boy. Why do you expect him? You want him to
Settle
Don't
shoot
get
it?
down, Preach.
sensitive.
Settle
It is
down.
not my
You want him
fault
to,
Trent can't fucking
you want him to
defend.
place the shot?
It's not
You
my
want him
fault
to,
he can't
bro,
defend.
do you want
Okay,
him to
blame
place
him
the shot?
that he
Would you
can't
like him to
defend.
place the
Where's
shot in
Praise
the
when you
corner
need him?
every time?
All right,
Is
guys.
that what you want him to do? I
I
asked
want
him
to
to
ask a
use his
question.
left foot.
I want to ask a question if I can.
Ask Mike's.
Huh?
You
Arsenal,
know
can
what it is when it
Arsenal,
comes to Liverpool, guys, man.
can Arsenal win the league?
Stefan, you might want to go back to bed because I'll be honest, yeah. They proved it time and time again. And you can only look at a team from their last performance in the league, and as we've seen, we weren't even that great last season. Let's be honest now. Like, see, we weren't the best we've ever been. All we needed to do was stand there and just create a bit of presence. Not even that much, just a
A
little
bit
bit.
of presence.
And
You won
then
from
we
your
watched
last
them
17
crumble.
games. You won 16 games.
Yeah,
That's a
and
bit
what
of
did you do?
presence.
And that's what I'm trying to say. When it was in your hands, what did you do?
But they're chasing now, though. It's a bit different. They're chasing.
No, that's the beauty of it. Oh my lord, bro! Listen, Liverpool. I trust Liverpool. I trust the league in Liverpool's hands more than I trust in Arsenal's fans. That's what I'm going to say. And as we've seen, a proven track record, it's Liverpool's league. What are Arsenal going to do in terms of
What, Mike?
consistency?
Wait. Did you just say it's Liverpool's league? Be careful. Preach might get all nervous and shit. Like,
No, but it's
you
facts. I
can't
don't see it
say
going
that in
any other
front of
way.
Liverpool fans. You just have to whisper it because then they'll say it's game by game. It's game by game, guy. Game by game.
He's just diluting what you said. That's all he's doing. It's all tactics.
Yes, tactics.
I think
Preach. If you don't win the league this year, with all the injuries that Arsenal have and City, this will be the biggest choke in Premier League history. I
Have
don't
we
care
not?
what you say. The biggest choke in Premier League history.
Have we not
Nah,
heard that in
you hold
every
that tight,
stream?
Stefan,
Every
to be honest.
stream, everything's the biggest in the
yeah,
history. We lost to
yeah.
Plymouth. That's the worst in history. That's all you say, bro. Everything's
Yes,
the worst.
because that's Liverpool.
Bro,
You're supposed to
you
be
got to.
the biggest, the best, the dynasty.
Yeah,
So
you've been
whenever
there.
you
We've done that.
lose,
That was,
it's the
bro. That was the
greatest loss
first
of
part.
all
We've done
time.
that part already, fam. You're going backwards now with the talk. You said that at the beginning of the season.
I think the only reason I think Arsenal are in a good position to chase Liverpool. Obviously, this is an interesting period for Liverpool. Obviously, 5 games in about 15 days or whatnot. But at the same time, though, it's like watching 2 boxers slug it out. Like, Arsenal have a good chance, but they're down to like their 3 like minimum attackers, and they took Merino coming off the bench to score.
Let's go.
This is the part, yeah, exactly. But you have a really good, they have a good defense as always, as we know, and this is the part where you're gonna find out. Well, you got to be great. You got to be great, and to do it. But if you're an Arsenal team or a fan, you want to be there or thereabouts if Liverpool do slip up. And I think Arsenal are there. They can only keep on winning. The next game's against West Ham. You just have to put them away. You have to just put them
Don't
away.
you think that Arsenal's run is slightly favourable compared to what Liverpool?
Oh,
No,
for sure.
absolutely.
We have.
Okay.
Yeah. Go on.
So
Go on,
see,
preach.
City's, you see City's run last season.
Mm.
Was it? Did they win every game?
From their last 17 games, they won 16 and
Crazy.
drew 1.
Sheesh.
Crazy.
Arsenal won 15 and drew 2.
That's what it
Oh,
takes.
sorry. Arsenal won 15, lost 1, and drew 1.
That's what it takes.
So Aston Villa. I think it was Villa.
Yeah, it was Villa at home. That was our only loss from that 17
Beautiful day,
game.
man.
Yeah.
So
you lost to them at home or drew?
Sorry?
Where
They
was
lost-
it?
They lost at home.
Oh,
They lost at home.
we lost to Villa at home and we drew at City. We drew 0-0.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
But Liverpool just drew with Villa. So,
No,
but yeah,
I just think, guys, let's just have some real perspective here, right? I know most of the people in the WhatsApp group are Arsenal haters. I love it. Keep hating. I appreciate it, guys. But if you take out 4 of Liverpool's attackers, and that includes 2 of their most productive ones, which is Salah and Gakpo, take another 2 out. Tell me what Liverpool do. Because I can tell you what happens. Because last year when Salah got injured and then dropped form in March and April, Liverpool collapsed. When Van Dijk got an ACL 4 or 5 years ago,
So what's your
Liverpool
overarching point,
went
like,
from-
Stefan? What's your overarching point? Like, what's your main thing you're trying to say about it?
my main point is that Arsenal do not get enough credit this year. That with all the injuries that they've been dealing with, they're still within reach of the actual title.
So how would that credit look like? What would you want us to say?
No,
like,
it's not credit. It's just
Yeah.
I keep reading Spurs have many injuries and all these teams have many injuries, whilst the 2 teams that have had a ton of injuries and have actually maintained their level or gotten better, Bournemouth and Arsenal, I don't hear any sort of praise. All I hear is, oh, Spurs, with Spurs especially, they've had so many injuries. Ange keeps repeating almost every press conference that he has injuries, as if no other team has injuries. And it's okay for him to be 15th 2 weeks ago because he had injuries. Well, Arsenal didn't make that excuse. Arteta, when he came on in the actual press conference and they asked him, well, you have so many injuries, they're out for the season. Is that it? Like, is it too much for you to deal with in order to get to your targets of the Premier League or the Champions League or whatever? Arteta said no. Arteta said, we're going to deal with it. And
Because you're kind of away from.
Yeah, so for me, I think Arteta is underrated in terms of the actual job he's done this year. Because from the 10 games that Saka has missed since he's been injured, Arsenal have won 8 and have drawn 2. Take out Mohamed Salah from Liverpool for 10 games and let's see how many they win.
I'll let Preach go. I'll speak after Preach about that.
This is what I don't like here. You see, when he started this, if you take out Salah stuff here, he weren't saying Gakpo. No, don't interrupt me, please. I tried my hardest not to. Yeah.
Sorry.
He weren't saying Gakpo. He was saying what will happen if Salah stops playing. Yeah. You know what happened? Gakpo stepped up.
Oh,
Now he's saying what will happen if you lose Salah and Gakpo. So every time someone steps up, what will happen if you lose the person that steps up? And
no, Preach. No, that's not my.
I will quit. Don't interrupt me.
Sorry.
The answer to your question is someone will step up. If Salah goes, someone will step up. But what you do is now you bring it. Wait, bro, stop interrupting me, man. What you do is now the person that steps up, now you add them to the equation and say, what will you do? So if you keep doing that, we won't have no one. And then we will be losing.
But that's my Preach. That's my
the
whole
answer
point.
to your question is someone else will step up. And we've seen it because Gakpo has stepped up.
But that's my point. But that's my whole point, Preach.
No, but your players are not doing it. Bro, you're playing.
You're
You've still got players. You've got players. You're relying on.
Who have we got, Preach? Who
You're
have we
relying
got?
on
Four
teams.
of our
You're
attackers
relying on
are
teams.
injured.
You not talk about your teams like they're world class players, like they've been around. All of a
Okay,
sudden, your
okay,
team's the
but
best in the
preach.
world, bro.
What I'm talking to
You're
is
talking about
trying
Skelly's
to
better than Spence.
no. What I'm doing is making an accurate comparison of the level of loss that
Yeah,
Arsenal
but the
have.
reason why you're not getting
Okay,
credit
wait.
because when you talk
Why
to
I'm saying
Spurs, you've
if
got
you
to say,
lose,
oh, listen. When you
uh,
talk to Spurs, you don't acknowledge that their injuries are affecting them as well. So you want this praise, but you're not doing it yourself. You don't as
I
much as
no
you.
no
I get
I
what you're saying. I get what you're saying because you're challenging for second and they're low, but that's still not enough. They're in their position. Their injuries are worse than yours and
are
been
they
there longer
are
than
they?
yours.
They
So
are. They're awful.
yeah, so it's
I
They're awful.
effectively
disagree. I disagree
if
with
you
this.
lose, no, if you lose as much players as Spurs do, and as long as theirs, you will be lower down as well, fam. It's your whole equation. Liverpool answer your equation by someone steps up here, and if it keeps going,
Preach.
Spurs answer your question that it gets worse and worse, bruv. You're right in the middle, and you can't
But
complain.
that's my whole point. Arsenal have
What point? You
suffered.
complain.
They have
No, that's
missed.
what I'm
They have
trying to get
missed. They have missed. They have missed two of their key players for three
at.
months plus each,
Like Spurs.
and have managed to maintain their position. Man
Yeah.
City lost one player, who is their key player, and have gone to complete shit this year. Okay, just for a comparison, Liverpool have not had any injuries, but we have
So
seen
what is
from
wait? So
precedent.
What's your point though?
Spurs,
Like what's
Spurs
the
and
that's
City can't
My
complete
my
shit.
my point
Spurs
is
and
that
City can't
Arteta.
be both complete shit.
Sorry, what did you say?
what's your overall like?
You can't say
It sounds like
Spurs
you
and
want.
City.
It sounds
Sorry.
like
My
yeah.
point is that Arteta and Arsenal are not getting enough credit for the fact that they're still within reach of Liverpool, a team that literally has barely had any injuries to their key,
Yeah,
has
but
never had any injuries to their key
but in
players
terms of
all
credit,
season.
but the
But you
part of the
haven't
reason
lost that
you don't get the credit you're asking. You're not going to get credit from rivals. Like it's going to be very difficult to get. We try to be objective on the show. It's
I
going to be
get
difficult.
that. I get
But in
that.
terms of sometimes the credit doesn't even come from your own fans. Like I constantly see your own fans saying Saka's injured, the season's over. Havertz is injured, the season's over. This person's injured, the season's over. And your team actually goes against the grain of what a lot of your fans are saying and is doing well. So really, I think the question that you're asking, Stefan, isn't the wrong one, but I think it's something to ask for your own fans. Part of the reason when I've bigged up Liverpool for this, even Man City, but
I
people
hate my fan base, too. I hate my fan base.
yeah,
I've
but I don't,
always
yeah.
said this on stream.
No, they
So
don't like you, fam.
It's fine. It's
I was
fine,
going to say
preach.
is that this is what it means to me. You need the fans. You do need a sense of belief. And I've seen Arsenal fans scoff at the idea of belief. If we don't have this player, what's belief? If you don't have this player, but the Premier League, winning the Premier League, going into domestic finals, semi-finals, and that, you need an element of. Sometimes the odds are going to be against you. Liverpool being 4-0 down to Barcelona, coming back and winning. You need a sense of belief, mate. Same thing, Man
That's
City. The
true.
amount of times Man City have said to you guys, like Man City have won the league in the final days of the Premier League. The amount of times they've done that, but people keep on overlooking it because they keep on saying, "But they spent billions, they spent billions." They're not actually looking at the situation of where they've had to dig in deep to win those titles. And so when Arsenal fans look at their own squad, like I said, when you guys did the fire drill settings against your own team, you lost like 4-1 to Brighton a couple of years ago. You could have still won the thing, but you walked out on your own team who were performing throughout the season. I feel like Arsenal fans are sometimes their own worst enemy when it comes to winning. When it comes to winning the title.
That's true. That's true. We are terrible. Like for example,
Arteta to be presented with a credit card. I love that one.
but we are in terms of we are extremely fickle, like most fans. But what I don't like is, for example, Raheem Sterling had an absolute shocker
Yeah.
against Leicester, right?
Mhm.
But we are screwed. We only have Raheem Sterling. Don't boo him. Just hope that maybe he can figure it out. You need to support this guy because we're gonna need him for the next
Yeah,
2 to 3
100%.
weeks. Don't fucking boo him. What
Yeah.
I get. Do I think he's good enough? Do I think
No,
he's
yeah.
finished? Yes. But we
Yeah.
need him. We don't have anybody else. Nobody's gonna come suddenly through the door that's gonna save us. So this is where I appreciate. I want us to be more like Liverpool, who support their players no matter if they're racist. I want us to be a little bit like that. I want us to be a little bit like that. Support your players to the end. Support them a little bit more. Not wait for the player to fall, wait for Odegaard to have a bad first half, and then say he's shit. He's not as good as Kevin De Bruyne. I want us to be a little bit
That's a
like
good
Liverpool,
one. That's a good
a little bit more like Liverpool. So that's just all I'm gonna say.
I'll give you a medal for that one as well.
Hey, actually, Rich,
get a
I
medal for
don't
that
need a medal. I just
Nah,
need a
you do.
shirt.
Trust me,
Do
you
you
ain't had
remember
it in a
the
while.
famous white shirts? The famous "We support Suarez" or what did it say?
You've already got the white shirts, innit? Then kick it out. No racism one. You've already got the white shirts. Actually, I hope you wear that white shirt when you play against us, bruv.
Well, yes, we support
Yeah,
Sterling.
I hope
Yeah,
you do
well,
that.
we
You
both
do that
wear white
when you
shirts,
play
you
us.
know, like
You do not
ghosts
play
on the
great
pitch.
when you're in that white shirt, bruv.
Yeah.
All right, can I ask a question? Sorry, guys, to break up the little. I've got so much questions in it. I'm dumb. So silly. England play in March, and there's a few internationals at fullback floating around. Lewis Skelly
Yeah.
being one of them.
Yeah.
Jed Spence being another.
What, a left back, yeah? Okay.
I'm just saying, there's fullbacks available.
Continue. There's
I'm
another
just
fullback.
asking, who?
Go on. Who's the other
Newcastle.
fullback?
He plays for
Who's
Newcastle. He's
who's
quite
the other
good.
fullback who's been playing more consistently
Exactly.
than all of them?
Yeah, it's
I don't
true.
know.
Who's
That's
shown
the
more
question.
consistency?
That's the question. I'm talking about Jed Spence and Skelly here. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm joking. What? Miley Lewis? Oh, I got the wrong way around.
Lewis Hall.
Lewis Hall, man. Lewis Hall.
I'm playing. Lewis Hall, man. So what are we saying, man? Who plays that fullback?
I would put just to say I would put one more fullback. The
Oh wait,
left back
Trent. I'm
for
sorry, I went to say Trent. Sorry,
a left back.
You can't put Trent in this conversation because Trent's.
No. You also
He's right
forgot
back.
one guy, but because he plays for a small team, he's not as appreciated.
Oh, the one that
Leaf.
Ipswich.
Was it Leaf
Ipswich.
Davis?
Ipswich, yeah, Ipswich.
From Ipswich.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Yeah.
He's another player that's played really well and deserves to get a call.
Yeah, but what are we saying, man?
Yeah, not
Max, I
before.
can't hear you, man. Your mic. I don't know if your mic. Max is funny though. His mic's never working. He calls himself Mike's. Couldn't make the shot up. Yo, can you hear me?
Is he frozen?
I think he's gone.
Yeah,
there he's back.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, go on.
Oh, I just had to say, you're talking about fullbacks when you are pretending like it's not going to be Luke Shaw. Come on, man. Luke Shaw's going to be at left back.
Hey, Southgate's gone now, man. Don't worry. I know we've been through a lot of pain right now.
No, I forgot about that. God,
Southgate is gone.
Too cool time, bro. Too cool time. It's too cool time.
Freedom, Yeah. Tyreek Mitchell, Leif Davis.
Yeah.
Mitchell.
Rico Lewis. Let's not be silly, guys.
No,
Even though
Rico
he's a
Lewis is
midfielder.
shit.
Come on, bro.
Stop.
I'm not going to respond to your criticism right now.
He's been terrible, Mike. Let's be honest. He's been horrendous.
No, I'm not responding to nothing. I don't know nothing about nothing. No comment, officer.
Mike,
Anyway,
he's been playing good
the
as
ones
the
that I
right
said,
back because
bro.
Rico Lewis has been so bad.
Hey, listen, whoa! Don't be attacking my team. You ain't seen a trophy before I was born, bro. I don't even want to hear it, bro. Anyway, yeah. Out of the ones that you mentioned, who did you mention again? I forgot. Who did you mention?
Lewis Hall. Well, he didn't mention Lewis Hall actually. Skelly, and who's the other guy?
Jed Spence.
Who's
not a left back.
Yeah. I'm interested to see Tuchel's lineup, if he's gonna have a youth bias or if he's gonna go with the more experienced lot. Because I don't know who the experienced fullbacks would be. Because I hope he doesn't bring people like Kyle Walker to the table. I think there's a lot of them are finished now.
I think we all.
Some of them are finished, so let it go. I think he should put faith in the youth because at least Southgate, the only credit I'll give to Southgate is that he did give opportunities to some young players, even though it didn't really work out because he didn't win nothing. At least he tried with the youth, so I believe, let's see some of that from Tuchel. And
But what are you saying? Who's your left back, bro? I'm saying, right. Who are you putting in if you got a choice? And I'm talking about Jed Spence or Skelly?
This is
Let's
racism,
spend
bro.
the right back, right?
This is racism. I pick Lewis Hall.
Lewis Hall,
Automatically.
like, is head and shoulders in consistency over
I'm
time. Both.
asking Mike's. God damn it.
No. I'm thinking, is Lewis Hall the one that got
He
spun a
doesn't
few
even
days?
know
It
who
doesn't
Lewis
matter.
Hall
He
is,
did
man.
get spun. Hey,
He's
he
getting
was
spun,
awful
innit?
against City too.
I
He
didn't
was
write that. I didn't
horrendous.
write that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But no, to answer your question, Ash, yeah, I wouldn't play. No, I would actually play Lewis Skelly. I'll give Lewis Skelly a chance. It hurts me to say it, bro. I would still.
Why does everybody hate Arsenal, man? I
No,
don't
listen, it's not everybody hates Chris every time, but I'm just asking questions. I just want to know everyone's opinion, innit? So
No, for me, it depends on the system. If it's a three at the back, which Tuchel has played
yeah. That's
historically,
what I
I
was
think
thinking.
Hall from Newcastle is perfect as a wing back.
Mm.
If it's a possession based system with four, I think Lewis Skelly is really suitable.
Mm.
But yeah, I would take two types of fullbacks. I would take more of an overlapping one like Lewis Hall, and more of a inverted one like Lewis Skelly, so you have options
Yeah,
in terms
I
of
agree with
for your tactics. But th- England have so many good young fullbacks that it would be really hard who he actually takes. Like Leaf Davis for me has been really good this year. Um, so yeah, I don't know. He's got a really tough job. I would take Jet Spence for right back instead.
I was
Also,
gonna
so
say that. That was my
yeah.
answer still. That was a cheap one.
Livramento.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, Livermento, yeah, he's great too. Yeah.
I can't have nothing. We can't have nothing. No, I would
I would
take. I would
also
take.
take Ben White too this time.
True.
He, what, he denied England before. Like, do you think? What
He
was that?
didn't deny England.
He denied
Southgate
Southgate.
is a headmaster type manager who can't deal with any sort of asshole in his team. So
But
No,
sometimes shouldn't you like prioritize your whatever you have personal feelings with your coach? Prioritize your nation for them. Like I don't know. Like I think what if
prioritize your nation for that's true. I would probably do that, but probably he just thought, who is this waistcoat looking man telling me off? He's shit anyways.
entitlement, isn't it?
entitlement, man.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I preach you. What about you then?
What as in what?
Fullbacks.
What to bring?
Connor Bradley and
on
Trent
the
on
left.
left back. Yeah.
No, left back. I agree with Stefan, innit? Like Hall and Skelly, like the two different types. You need options, so yeah, I agree with that. It makes sense. Spence can be third choice. We want all the we want the top three in it, really. Yeah. I guess.
I respect it, man. It's always good to hear an outside perspective on. Obviously, a lot of Spurs fans have been hyping Jed Spence, innit? So I was like, let me throw it in a dynamic where it's an England setup. I want to hear you guys' opinions on fullbacks. And you've all come up with different answers. Jed's been in there, but obviously you preferred on left Hall and Skelly as if it's in the back four, and then on the right, some people would say Trent. Is that right? Would you say Trent on the
No.
right?
I think
No.
most people would say Trent.
Yeah.
Said some, so most people would say
most
Trent.
people say Trent.
Oh.
We need a guy that can defend, please.
Oh,
Trent
What,
is
like-
a luxury player.
It's Tuchel prefers marauding fullbacks, doesn't he? Like typically, I don't know if he called it.
No, wing backs. He
Wing
prefers
backs,
marauding
wing
wing backs per se.
which I think
But
Trent is. Like I think wouldn't he fit that style? I don't know what you guys.
he would. Yeah, that's true. If they play with three,
three at the back.
I would also take Trent for
Yeah.
sure and play him because as the wing back, he doesn't need to focus as much on defending.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
if it's a four at the back, I don't think I would say England's defense is their weakest, like in terms of depth and quality compared to the other midfield and attack. I would say that's their weakest area, and goalie. Yeah, the goalies. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, but yeah, defense because he's got John Stones potentially. Maguire,
Good luck.
who are going to be the
Gay,
fullback?
Gay.
Where he played really well in the Euros. I don't think they're as good as Konate or Van Dijk, who cover him a lot. Like they really cover him. And I think if you play him at a back four, I think he's gonna get really, really exposed. I really do.
Cool. Guys, just a quick side one again. Another quick side one. It's a quick fire round. I just want to know, how long should a project take, in you lot's
Ooh,
opinion?
that's a good question.
How long should a
Three,
project
3 to 4 years, man.
Takes to
Three
do
to
what though exactly? Like what would you? What's the like the
Yeah,
outcome you're
to
looking at?
win something.
Yeah, to win. I mean, isn't that the ultimate goal of a project? Like, I don't know. Is that not the end
You
goal?
would think that with you, some people.
Well, wow. I
So
mean,
from
obviously, every
yeah.
club has a different expectation, so I do understand the context, what you're trying to bring in. But I'm just saying, for a club that, you bring a manager in, how long realistically should they be getting?
I
Like,
think for me in terms of
what
like
what's the lowest you would go to in a league position, for a manager, and in a project stage? Like, you're in a project, and like, what's the lowest you would accept for your club, and then
It
what would
it
you want?
depends on the team, Ash. It
I
depends
know
on the
it depends on the
team.
team, because every team has a different expectation. So I'm expecting different answers, but I'm just want to know, because obviously I'm in and out of these conversations with Man United and Amorim, and I'm looking at them. I'm thinking it's a project, right? What they're doing, or is it not?
I
No, I'm
think
just.
there's I think
I just love Man United fans. Ian already in the WhatsApp chat wants to sack Amorim. 2 months in the job. Like only Man United fans could say that. Like,
Chelsea as well. Chelsea
I
fans
think
would say that they got rid of Potter 3 months.
if as long as there's progress, fam. I think if there's progress, you keep it going, in it. Like,
but
I think
but
if
but
you come to
preach that's the key question. What would you define as progress?
Yeah, what is your limit? What's
you
your
know by the
limit
end
of,
of,
like?
by the end of the season if your squad has performed better than last season, like just everything, stats, numbers,
But I don't like this. Like this
position,
answer for me is like,
positioning.
for me it's league position. That's progress for me in a way. Like for example, Arsenal first year they were eighth. Then second year they were eighth again, but they had a little bit more points. Then on investment, then fifth, then second, and now we don't know. For me, that is progress. But you still need to win something, and it depends on the club. There's also the other factor where a team like Man United, which won the FA Cup last year, that puts lipstick on a pig, because everybody knew that squad and that team was broken. And it reminded me, that FA Cup win reminded me a lot of 2016, 2017 when Arsenal won the FA Cup, when their whole season had collapsed in the space of a month in February and March. But because of that FA Cup, Wenger signed a 2-year extension, and he shouldn't have. So it depends, like progress. And the thing that really annoys me is when I hear style of play. I think that's very misleading, because you can have the best, like whenever I hear Spurs fans excuse Ange for his terrible losses. Oh, but we see a style of play. What the fuck does that mean? They're
but
opening you up
Nah, bro,
like
this is what.
500 times.
Listen, I agree. I agree with that, because that's what happened with Klopp when it came in first season. We needed a style of play, so I don't. I think that's where it comes from. For me personally, I agree with that. We saw a style of play, bro.
Yeah, but that's true. But can you see that? Like for example, when for me, it matters only when you say I see a style of play that if we sign better players or more suited players for that system, like Klopp did, like Arsenal did with Arteta, they will get better.
okay, so
Whilst with
that's
Ange,
yeah,
I think a year and a half on they have regressed.
but
I
it
don't. I
depends.
see a far less style of
Yeah,
play, even though they keep
yeah,
saying that they have.
yeah.
And it also, you also have other factors when it comes to a
But
project. Maybe one season you can have a ton of injuries, like
yeah,
Newcastle, when they went from third to, what was it, to an eighth, because you had
seventh.
just a massive injury crisis.
Yeah, seventh, and the fact that we couldn't buy any player, we haven't bought a senior player for the last 3 transfer windows. So there's context and all of these things, and it kind of goes back to your earlier point, Stefan, in terms of what you see as progress. I think if there's Tottenham fans that are saying, for instance, we see a style of play, it might be in their mindset. I would guess this is obviously under they saw a very counter-attacking low block style of play when they were under Conte and Nuno and all of these these things, and they've gone back to their original path where they were under Pochettino, which is now under Ange, of a more attacking style of play. The next, I would imagine, and the next phase in terms of when they're saying style of play is now, okay, can we, like you said, get the players to fit that style of play and to make it a winning style of play? Obviously, they've had interruptions in the season because of injuries and whatnot. I fully expect, so that's why I see more hope, for instance, in the Spurs project than a Man United project, because I think there's less of a clear up operation that they have to do. I think by this time next year, with players coming back fitter and better, and I think they will learn a lot from their injuries as well. And they're going to bring in new players as well to fit in said positions. So I just think there's more to come from where Spurs are at and what they're doing. So that's why I think that's where in terms of a project management point of view, I think there is more light at the end of the tunnel for a Spurs than there is for a Man United, for instance.
What do you think, Max? How long do you think a project should take for a manager?
It's always relative to the team, in my opinion. I'm trying to think of an example. We'll talk about Tottenham. Why not? Yeah, with Ange, I still believe, because of all the factors of his injuries, and maybe you might argue that he hasn't got players for his system, you'll try and give him more time. With Man United, though, I feel like the whole infrastructure of that club, just the way they're run, I feel like it doesn't matter who's behind the wheel. Like, they're always just destined to go downhill. That's how it is. At least I see a bit of light at the end of the tunnel for Spurs, because as you see, Ange, he's a bit. I kind of think he's a bit unpredictable because of the way he carries himself. I always think there's something that he could bring, but yeah, I
What
think it's related to the team.
good food? What is he gonna bring?
What do you mean? Don't you see his interviews? He wins something in his second season everywhere he goes.
Yeah,
I
he
believe him,
talks
man.
a lot of shit. I've got plenty of guys around me here from high school and from my friends that talk shit. He
All right, what about
talks
this? What
about.
about this, Stefan? Yeah. If Arteta had the same swagger and confidence as Ange, would you hate him for it? Because I think he needs something like that. Because
No, I
clearly,
wouldn't hate him for it, but let me just compare it to the two. When Klopp came into Liverpool, when Pep came into City, or even when Arteta came into Arsenal, they all said we have an aim to win trophies here. This is a club that has always won trophies, and I want to first. The first thing Klopp and Arteta said was they need to change the culture. This guy comes in and starts talking like I always win things in my second season. Okay, Ange, that's cool. When you don't win things in your second season, and when reporters question you after your 13th loss, don't get touchy and say, "Oh, I have injuries and all of this." That is the issue I have, Mike's,
I think
which
people
is
overplay this whole thing.
wait, just
Yeah,
he
yeah, yeah.
talks a massive game, but then and he always says, blame me, always blame me. I'm the one that did. But when it comes down to it, at a press conference when he's lost the game, he always blames everything else apart from himself. He blames
Yeah.
injuries. He blames the schedule. He blames his Australian accent for people being biased against him. He blames everything
Yeah,
else
it's
apart
called
from himself.
it's called distraction tactics. You know, at the end of the day, you gotta, like, sometimes you gotta find ways to protect your team. I think this whole thing about, and I do concede that sometimes I feel he can handle himself better in interviews, but this whole thing about I can't believe you said he wins things in his second season. I see NBA players, NFL players. I see managers talk boxers talk some the greatest, greasiest talk ever. Like, and there's nothing behind it. I don't understand what we want. We always complain about robots in the game and stuff like that. And you got a manager of personality and vision. You got to set out a vision. He's not stupid. He understands it as a club that hasn't won like a major trophy in a long time. But someone's got to just like plant the flag down and say, we're gonna win something. I'm not here to just do something. Like, I don't see the big problem with that. Yes, rivals can laugh at, but if my manager, like, for instance, I used to have Steve Bruce, right? Steve Bruce would say, in terms of games, we'll give it a good go. We'll see what happens. Oh, but Bruce, why do you play defensive and that? Because if we open up, we're gonna get ripped apart. That's what he was saying in press
No,
conferences. So
two
I don't mind a manager who comes in and says, we're gonna come and we're here to win.
no,
So
two. I have no problem with the big talk, but Ange kind of acted like Preach did last year. Preach talked a big game. Liverpool collapsed. Then he disappeared for 2
When
months.
how did I talk a
No,
big game?
no, no.
No, you got to tell the
He
truth,
said,
bruv. I wouldn't have interrupted.
I'm joking, Preach. I'm joking.
You
But
felt,
No,
you
you
felt
can't
that
joke.
one.
You can't joke, bruv.
Ange,
The
the
Lord
issue
has
that
died.
the issue that I have, the issue that I have, is that Ange talks a big game, but when shit hits the fan tune, he
Yeah.
doesn't
I
back
understand that
up
part.
that talk. He
Yeah.
doesn't go and say, you know what, I was wrong or anything like this. He gets more defensive, and I at times borders on rude. Which some of the press conference that he did after a
Yeah.
loss, if that was Eric Ten Hag or Arteta that had acted like this, they
Yeah,
would have lynched him
but
in the press.
it's a double-edged sword. So, for instance, in Ten Hag's case, for instance, there was a period in the season last season where he was forever defending his players, whether it's Jadon Sancho going off into the mountains because he did mental health and stuff like that, and all these other things, and people were like, why is he never telling the truth? Why is he never telling the truth? Why is he forever protecting the players? And then the one interview where he said Sancho is not good enough, and if people actually watched the press conference, it was towards the end of this press conference. He didn't sit down in the press conference and said, "By the way, folks, before you ask me any questions, let me tell you about Jadon Sancho." It's towards the end. He's not saying anything about Sancho. Someone asks him after months and months about where Jadon Sancho is. What's happening to Jadon Sancho? Why is he not playing? And he said he's not been playing. Essentially, in paraphrase, he's not been playing enough well in training. And people were turning tables over. I can't believe he threw Jadon Sancho under the bus. What kind of a manager is it he is? So I just think I'm like, but you guys wanted the truth. If anybody's watched A Few Good Men, you just
But
can't
he
handle the
doesn't.
truth
But that's my whole
when it
point.
happens to you. Like, and then you get it, and then you flip tables. There's just no win with it. Like, if you're saying, give me the truth, yeah,
But that's my whole point about Ange. He's full of shit
Oh
because
no,
he
no,
says
Stefan, man, I can't lie. Yeah, I actually want to answer Ash's question, and you got a lot of smoke for Ange. See, now I can answer it using
Go
your
on,
own
Mike.
manager. Your own manager, yeah. So the question was, how
Tell
long
me.
do you think the
Big up
project should
face,
take? Yeah. Hey, shout out Chinks. Yeah. Hey, listen. The
jump on
question was,
face,
how long do you think a project should take? And I'm gonna use
yeah.
your manager as an example now. Yeah. You see, Arteta, bro, he literally came in first season with someone else's squad and won a trophy. Ever since then, he's been backed. He's been given time. He's been given freedom to do
Okay,
whatever
yeah.
he wants, all the tactics, and he's done next to nothing. Matter of
I
fact, he's
mean,
actually done nothing apart
I
from get.
disagree with
He
this
got close.
as an
Finish.
Arsenal
Let
fan.
him
He
I
ain't
let
done
him
I
nothing.
finish.
disagree.
Let him finish. Like, let him finish the point. Like,
Sorry.
No, no, no. He doesn't want to hear the truth. I don't blame him for cutting me off. It's fact. He ain't done nothing. Arteta's actually done nothing, guys. So yeah, that's hey, yeah,
Okay.
hey, it's the truth. And now you're gonna say he's got close. We've seen progress. Listen,
No.
you give Mourinho that squad last year, you win the title, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. How long is it gonna take flipping Onslaught to win a league? He's about to win a league in his
Yeah,
first season.
but with yeah, go on.
because Arne Slot, the squad that he
Yeah,
inherited, and the
yeah,
situation is exactly the same as Arsenal under Mikel. Okay, no,
Yeah.
you are right. Mikel Arteta has not won since the FA Cup, but he has transformed Arsenal. Arsenal are a serious club again. Arsenal attract serious players again. He has transformed the club. Whether we haven't won, yes, we need that to validate what he has done in my eyes. That's true. But look at Arsenal's squad. Look at the squad he's built. Arsenal will be back next year, the year after, where they will be challenging with the squad that he has built and with the players he has. And if you look at some of the Hale End players that are coming through now, and Nwaneri, Lewis Skelly, Max Dowman supposedly is more talented than both of them. Next season, we'll probably see him. So, in my opinion, the future is extremely bright. Yes. Does he need to win the league? He does. I agree with you. He needs to win. But what he has done with Arsenal and the way we were before he came, Mike, we were a joke. Do you not remember how bad we were? Everybody was laughing at us. Now everybody complains that we score from set pieces, that we play the dark arts too much. I love it. I remember when everybody used to call us soft under Wenger, and that we would always wilt at the end, and that we couldn't score from set pieces, or we would always concede from set pieces. Now it's the opposite, and people hate it. Well,
Someone
too
said
bad.
Arteta won more trophies than Spurs and Newcastle. Give it a few weeks, mate. That little conversation might just change a little. And so,
That's all it takes.
No, and this
One
is
trophy
and wait,
in the
wait,
league.
one trophy away.
Come on,
no,
man.
wait, and this is
And give it another few months if we're still in the FA Cup. Then we're having a very different conversation.
Oh,
look at dude.
Hey,
How
project.
confident I am. Look at it.
In my projects.
In
Oh,
my
wow.
projects, baby.
You say, welcome to my projects, nigga.
So, like, for instance, like, it doesn't. I'll relate.
Guys, I really have to go. It's
Take care,
2:15. I'm sorry I took so much time. I'm gonna go, guys.
God bless you, Stefan. Good to see
Thank you,
you.
guys.
Yes,
Good night, guys.
So for Eddie Howe, obviously he took Newcastle from the depths of hell, like like second bottom from the league, haven't won anything in 14 games and stuff like that, breaking all sorts of records. So our starting point is always very, very different. You know what I'm saying? Plus, obviously, the takeover. And everything else has happened with it. So like he went like spiking up and stuff like that. So for instance, this season, to answer your question, I don't do positions in terms of like league positions. I'm talking about like I do in points. So I've given them like between 64 to 68 points based on the fact that even like when we had like 10 plus injuries, we still finished on 60 points that season, which wasn't bad. So I said, okay, 64 to 68 points.
Okay.
Semi-finals and finals in terms of domestic cups, because we've finished in finals. Even in our worst season, we finished in 2 quarterfinals. So I said, okay, like
you can see somewhere it can go.
like
an upward trajectory.
We've got like infrastructure, we've got performance director and around injuries and stuff like that, and you see that. So I said, I said to myself, this year I'm going to learn more about where, because I don't personally know where Eddie Howe's ceiling is. Maybe someone else does, but I don't know where his ceiling is. So I said, I'm going to learn this year where it's at. And look, he's that's why I'm kind of like more like even when the team is in a downturn, I can still say like, okay, is the team still able to reach 64 minimum points? Yes. Are we still in the cup competitions? Yes. Then I'm ready to kind of see out this downturn. So let's see. So we're in the final of the League Cup. We're in the 5th round of the FA Cup. We're 3 points from 4th. The project's going fine. Like, in terms of the manager himself, it's going fine. So that's how I'm kind of managing expectations of where we're at. But I'm no longer looking at Eddie Howe and saying, thank you for keeping us out of the relegation zone. Like that was like maybe a year, 2 years ago now. I'm now looking at it as in terms of, okay, there's a little baseline in points. There's a little baseline in cup competitions. But I'm also, like, for instance, like I said, I'm also wary of the fact that we haven't been able to buy a player for the last 3 transfer windows. Partly our fault, but also partly of all these sponsorship deals and everything else. So there is that thing where I'm saying, you know what, that you have to. There is a space of saying, okay, there's a room for error and adding context or whatnot. So
you're basically saying you'll be happy with a Champions League spot because you could be 5th, get Champions League, and a cup.
I would love a Champions League. So even if, say for instance, we finish on 64 points, but we're 7th. I'm not happy with. Like, I'm not saying I can't wait to finish 7th. I'm saying he's still reached what I've had an expectation for where the squad is at, where the transfer window is at. We've been in the League Cup final and stuff like that. So I'm more kind of focused on the points.
Can I ask though, and anyone can jump in as well. Is it a thing where your expectations change as the season goes along? For example, Chelsea, I haven't spoke about them. I was meant to have a Chelsea fan, but they went missing. It's what it is. Now the game it goes. But anyway, I wanted to talk about projects because I'm looking at an Enzo Maresca, and before he came in, they had Pochettino, who they hounded out. Now, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, Pochettino got them 6th, and he was getting them into cup finals. Do you know what I mean? They said that ain't good enough. Now, where are they? I couldn't even tell you where they are now.
They're 4th.
They're 4th.
They're 4th.
But they want to do up protests, saying this ain't good enough. So I wanted to know what is going on. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I meant. How
Entitlement
long
again
should a
with
project take? Huh? Say again.
Entitlement with the Chelsea fans. The project that project just started.
This is it. I think
just started.
it's crazy because obviously everyone's got a different. It depends as a fan. I think what your expectation is. Do you know what I mean? So some fans, and I think this is why we have different divides. You might meet a Newcastle fan that might have more higher expectation than yourself, or a lower one because they might be like, "Do you remember when we were relegated? You should be grateful that we're even in the Prem." Do you know what I mean? You're like, no, we've gone past that. Like we should have a bit more, ambition, or I expect more from my manager this season, etc. Do you know what I'm saying? Same with Liverpool. Liverpool got a lot of heritage, so that's why I think obviously Gokes ain't on today, or Cass, he's not on today, innit? So normally in the WhatsApp group, you see how he's him and Amps Richie, them man are saying raw. Terrible Liverpool performance is unacceptable. And Preacher's there like, you man, chill out, calm down. We drew. No. This is another draw. This is unacceptable. This is FSG. You know what I mean?
I know. I saw the FSG. Like, I'm like, sheesh.
This must be really bad. Like FSG. Then Mike's. We've got Mike's as well. Mike's. There's different type of City fans. I'm pretty sure that you buck up with. You're saying, Bob, you're happy with the fourth, like as long as you're in the top four. There might be other City fans that might be saying, I want FA Cup. I want FA Cup minimum. You've got to leave us something. You know what I'm saying? Denzel Washington.
So it's a great point that you make still, literally, because I remember the beginning of this season, I thought it was going to be 5 in a row. And then as time went on,
expectations changed.
It changed. I had to just accept where I was, man. It was really bad. I went a whole month without a win, guys. You don't know that pain, or maybe you do.
No. I do.
You do. You do. It wasn't nice. It felt alien. Alien. So,
yeah, but at the same time, it's like it's the journey is different, but the outcome's the same for the fans, isn't it? Like the expectation levels, if you know what I'm saying. Like,
I hear you.
You know what I mean, like they all, like if you say, like we'll go back to the Newcastle one, they all, no one's really saying we should be winning the league, but someone be saying like, no, but we should have a grip on fourth, where someone be like, well, I'll be happy with fifth, like especially this season if it can get Champions League. You get me? Wow, God. So I feel like the average area of the outcome is more or less the same. You get me? Like, but no one's thinking, like Newcastle should be 10th. You get me?
Yeah.
There's no everyone. It's more about the progress. Everyone's got a progress expectation in it, and then I think once everyone's expectation like that's not really being met, like amongst your fans, if you can't find anything positive to say anymore, then it's like, you know what, maybe this project's over. You know what I'm saying? But right now, everyone's got different things we can say, but we're doing this too, and can say like, but we're in the final now, and so I think as long as your squad, you can say like that from the fan base that we've got this, we got that, then I guess there's a chance. But from when everyone's just like, no, like Man United right now, even them, they're like, you know what? Once we've got like a full season, they've got something. Do you know what I mean? But if it was like, no, you can't even see him having a full pre-season and anything getting better, everyone literally just down, then I think it's over. But that's how I see it. Yeah.
Ash, what was your expectations for Spurs this season?
My expectations were low, and I got criticised. I said, "Look, I'm happy to go down to like a 10th or 11th, innit?"
That was your expectation this season.
No, at the start it wasn't. At the start, it was.
Oh, okay, I was about to say.
At the start, it wasn't. No, because that's really bad, isn't it? As the season went on, as the results were going down, I was like, "Look, I'm happy to go 10th or 11th to ride it out." You know what I'm saying? People looking at me sideways, but originally, I said, you know what? I kind of expect us to stay where we are, like 5th, 6th, because, like, looking at the window that we had, I can't really see us pushing past what we did last season. And last season, yes, we had injuries. I wasn't sure how we were going to manage the injuries this season, but lo and behold, this is what's happened, and I'm like, whoa. There's one thing saying something, and there's another thing like experiencing it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
say?
yeah.
And the same way everyone's looking at Man United and saying how like Man United, they look from the outside, it looks terrible, isn't it? Man United, because they're 15th. When Spurs were 15th, that's how, like, the same way you looked at Man U, I was looking at Spurs. I wasn't quite ready for that. I wasn't ready for that kind of conversation. You know what I mean? In hindsight, like when you're not in it, it's easy to say, nah, you lot should chill out and be calm, and it's too soon, and you know what I'm trying to say. But like when you're in the thick of it, like it's a different ball game. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm laughing because I had this conversation. I was on the football terrace,
Yeah.
and I think it was the first week Amorim took over, and
Mm.
I was talking to the guys there, to the Man United fans there, and I was saying to them, I was more basing it on kind of Amorim style, and when I said, my main thing was, are you, based on your heritage and everything that you guys are winning,
Mm.
are you guys ready, like, for the painful process or whatnot, like?
Mm.
And that first, they're like, "What pain? Are you ready? Saying he's going to get sacked?" I said, "The fact that you're not even like willing to like explore and talk about these options, like there is like this is coming from a guy who's seen 2 relegations, like and seen
He
stuff
came
like
with a
that,
big
like
bro
so."
talk. He came with a big
Yeah,
bro
yeah.
talk.
So yeah, exactly. I'm not trying to mock you. Like I know this. Like this is not good. Like Steve
I've been
Bruce.
here. I've been
Yeah,
around the
I've
block.
been here. I've seen Steve Bruce look at the camera and say, "Bruv, we're gonna give it a good go," and stuff like that. Like, do you know, like, are you man?
Yeah.
Are you man? Are you like, no, no, what do you mean? You ready? Like, no, you already saying he's gonna get sacked? No. I said, oh, all right. I said, so, and
You do you.
that's you do you, and so that's, and I think the other thing was, I think I've seen this kind of thing where people mocking the whole concept of process. Like
Mm.
they just think like, and I couldn't understand it because I kept on saying like your whole life is a process. You know, if by the grace of God your partner, your loved one gets pregnant or whatnot, you can't just say it's been a month. I expect the baby to come out now. Like, nah, bro, you're
Mm.
gonna have to wait for the whole duration of this process, this situation to happen, right? And people just think like, you know, Preacher was talking about Man United fans. One manager can change this whole scenario, or this player can change this scenario, or that player can. No, bro, you're gonna have to go through a process. Like and I think obviously Tottenham are going through theirs at the moment. Maybe because I'm not emotionally attached to Tottenham, I can kind of see the process from the outside looking in. I'm a bit more like I like even to use the word positive, but I can kind of see the light for it. And the same thing for Newcastle, maybe when I'm kind of, because I'm kind of seeing where we're at and kind of putting my baseline on that as well. So, but there is a process. I don't know what people think this ain't Football Manager. Like there is. Okay, so Chelsea fans, I want to finish on this. I think where Chelsea fans split themselves up on this, especially at the beginning of this season. Yeah. What did I say? Did I say something bad?
No, it was not you. Box office.
Oh, you keep going, keep going.
Mr. Box, I was going to say, like with the Chelsea fans, like for instance, like especially at the beginning of the season, I should have seen as anybody's watching it. Because Chelsea bought, and it's not Chelsea, whenever a team has big transfers and stuff like that, and they bought these load of players with fancy names and, you know, and Kunku and da-da-da-da, they started then saying stuff like, which was an exciting project, but then I kept on thinking, these guys are not proven in the Premier League. These guys don't know each other, and people just go, but watch, our squad is deeper and better than Liverpool's. I'm like, Liverpool's? Like, what? The Champions League winning Liverpool, the Premier League winning, domestic trophy winning Liverpool, like 5 world-class players Liverpool. I use that as an example because they kept on using that, and I'm like, that you guys don't really, I almost feel like they don't know what squad depth is. It's not just bringing a bunch of kids, strangers together and expecting this. Now,
Mandem, basically, Mandem FC.
Mandem FC, they are fourth. I'm not kind of this. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Hey,
being fourth
hold
is,
on, June,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Alex,
I can't hear you.
Salah,
Can you guys hear him?
can you
Go
can you
again,
hear
go
me?
again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hear me?
go again. Yeah.
Allison, Trent, Van Dijk, Salah. Who's the fifth?
For me, it's McAllister.
Okay, big up. I just
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, I cut you
Yeah,
off.
no. So I was just saying that, and
Robertson.
Once upon a time.
That was cheeky.
What- it was going well there. Like that was like
He's got the experience.
you know what I mean? Like you got
It's his tone. You don't even have to say it. It's his tone.
He's got the experience.
you almost hope that we didn't hear that one. Like we're like what?
He's got the medal, bro. And
like-
Gomez as well, bro.
So for me, if I was a Chelsea fan, like you're fourth currently, but they're good. It's like I feel like you're exceeding expectations. Like this isn't a bad thing. The thing is as well, they're not used to this. A month or so ago, obviously, so I got a broad definition of like title race. I said Chelsea are in the title race because I believe all teams are in the title race, and so obviously there's different favorites. But they talked themselves out of being in the title race. So now they're crying and saying we were in the title race once. And then before we had Drogba, we had Ballack, and I'm like, there's no more Drogba and there's no more Ballack. It's Jackson now. It's Palmer now. That's what it is. That's who you are now. Do you get what I mean? So I think it's just kind of being able to understand and see where your team is at, really, in terms of how understanding the project and stuff like that. People just saying just sack managers and thinking. I think people just want that boost, that adrenaline boost. Oh, got a new manager, new hope, new player, new hope. But it's the same project, Mac, and you've got the same problems. So everyone's got to go through a process.
Yeah, I hear it, man. I big up Mike's. He says he's got a bounce in it, but
Big up Mike's,
I
man.
don't know if he's still
Always.
there, but yeah, man. Listen, FaZe, man, welcome.
I must say, you know.
Yeah, cutting in and out. Yeah, you keep pausing, man. Yeah.
Try him back.
Alright, cool. Yeah, so I was gonna ask him about the project something, but
He's
yeah, no, it's
cool with
interesting. Just to chime in on that Chelsea point. I think where Chelsea went wrong is like you said, it's bare kids, but also like I said, Man FC, but physicality. When they lost, I think it was for Fofana. When they lost Fofana, they lost physicality, and then when they lost Lavia as well, they also lost physicality. And if you look at all those teams that go and runs or win, or
box office is there. You know.
Oh, is he there? Oh,
Yeah, he's backstage as well.
Oh, whoops, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hi, box office. I feel like you got something to say, man. I mean,
Could you see it already? I'm dying for it.
I don't even wanna Yeah, go on, man. Have a say, bro. Go on.
Yeah, let FaZe talk. Maybe just in case.
Stop chatting shit about our manager, Bob. Man. Seriously.
That was 3 segments ago. That was 3 segments ago.
Bob, you need to stop chatting this shit, Bob. Honestly. Like it's like the thing about like excuses that I keep on hearing. Like I heard yesterday on the show, bro, but I wasn't invited to, bro. Yeah, because Jay was like, Jay had to cut because it seemed link wasn't working. Yeah, and then it was like a bloody echo chamber. Yeah, with Will chatting all this breeze. Then he had an Ange lover that honestly I could rinse the pieces in 2 seconds, and then Sean talking about God knows what, you know what I mean? Because he can't talk about the football. He has to go to political because that makes him relevant. You know what I mean? No disrespect. You know what I mean? At least you said something. And Marlon had no voice at all. And then he says, "Oh, we're going to get a marquee signing." No one said nothing. You know what I mean? Like I'm sort of where are we going with this? Where are we going with this? You know what I mean? I'm sorry, but then Two Tactics telling me about a process. What process, bro? I've had 2 years of this shit. You know what I mean? Like the guys had a week off. Yeah, I still have Ange ball. You see Tao at the end of the match, he's like tired. He's like tired, bro. And you're talking, and then you've got bloody Eddie Howe's your manager, and you're telling me that we need to have a process. What process is it, bro? Honestly, bro, I don't even know where we're going with this, bro. What are we watching here? Bro?
At least you're signing forwards, though, box office.
Like signing forwards, what? Kids.
He scored though. He's looked all right so far.
But what are we doing here?
No, I hear you. Well, I was jealous. You got forward in January and we didn't, though. If I'm being honest.
Well, that's your team. That's your team. The mugs. That's it, bro. You know what I mean? That's why they don't win nothing.
What do you get? So there's some things that seem to make sense. Your team's showing ambition. My team
showing ambition for what? Kids.
Is he? How old is he?
19.
He's 19. I keep on
Oh, is
telling
it?
he's
Shit, I didn't know
19.
that.
No
I didn't know
disrespect to
that.
him, because like I say, I've got nothing to say to the lad, because the lad has just come in. But then when he comes in, oh, he's this, he's that, he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that, he's gonna do this. Okay, so what does that mean to me? You know what I mean? Yeah, he looks okay, cool, he's okay. But then it's like, oh, he's gonna be this, he's gonna be that, he's gonna be this, he's gonna be this. I wish I'm gonna be Brad Pitt. You know what I mean? But that's not gonna happen
Well, you
anytime
want
soon, isn't
you
it?
want to
You
be
know what I
white,
mean?
yeah?
It's like I don't know where we're going with this. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't even know.
That's all I heard out of that as well.
I don't even know, man. You know what I mean? It's like then people say to me, "Oh, well, it's just box office going mad." No, I'm not going mad. I'm just talking the truth, like I was always done. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, what do you want me to say? It's like this whole thing about this takeover. One little thing from Richard Keys, boom, everyone's jumping up on bandwagon, and then talking about anything outside of football, which I don't even want to go there, because I respect Ashmat and Marlon's channel, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, but then it's, then people try to explain to you things. I'm like, why are you explaining it to me, bro? I'm an adult, bro. I don't need you to explain it to me, bro. If you want to be political, go to the bloody chamber in central London, bruv. That's where you need to be. You know what I mean?
So
You know,
you're basically saying that the project is a load of bullshit.
it
Is that
is, bro. Come on, man. What is the project, bro? What is the project?
Yeah, but
We had a
sorry,
project since 2008.
how old's Van der Ven?
22?
22, but
Kulu,
23, but like, look,
Archer.
but
Archie's
bro,
18. He's 18.
would you take Kulu in your
19.
team? Would you
No,
take
but
Kulu in your
you know
Yes,
team?
what?
I would.
Kulu's alright, but you know, all I'm trying to do is draw a comparison, because like we went through this period when Arteta was fucking spending 50 million on White and all these young players. Do you know what I mean?
You have to
And it's
Ben White, right?
yeah, sorry,
Ben
sorry,
White.
Ben White. That was crazy. 50M on White is crazy. I caught a case. I was caught a Rico. That's crazy.
That's the real. I told you, man, were the cartel.
But
Well, listen.
it's
There's
for the
ice speed.
future, though, isn't it?
Listen, there's ice speed, yeah, bruv. There's ice speed, yeah. There's ice speed out in the world, bruv. You know what I mean? And let's be honest here, yeah. What does he do to be famous? Do you know what I mean? No disrespect. You know what I mean? Like,
He
they're,
streamed his pants off.
huh?
He streamed his pants off. He's
Well,
been working at Fame for
that
about 10 years.
that's the point, isn't it? You know what I mean? So like, this is what happens now, because you just need to do a little thing, yeah, to get yourself noticed, and then all of a sudden now you're a star. That's the thing. That's why there's Love Island. That's why I don't watch that rubbish. But anyway, moving on. There's other shows available, by the way. You know what I mean? Because everyone's desperate now to make themselves famous now these days. You know what I mean? So But anyway, moving on. But it's like I say, it's just I just don't
So
understand
what
it.
was
You know
that?
what I mean?
If there's one thing about what I said that's irked you about your project, Tottenham's, like, what is it like? That's like kind of like
I think it's like that word project in itself is
a process,
It's
even.
too
and the
Arsenal,
process.
innit? It's too much of an
Process.
Arsenal word,
Yeah,
innit?
it's like buzzwords, isn't it?
Yeah, I
So
hear you.
people like look past that when you say things like project and processes, and you need time. Man needs time and all this.
So let me ask you a question genuinely, yeah. Then, so you see, like, obviously, I've drank the Arteta Kool-Aid, so you know my stance on this already, yeah. So what's actually like better for your? Let me think.
It's better for the club.
What's better for the club? Steady progression on an upward trajectory, or Ten Hag trophy bollocks, trophy bollocks?
I think people want both. I know it sounds a bit selfish, but I
greedy,
think
innit?
what it is like the style of play thing. I don't think some fans believe in it because we hadn't been playing well. Like attacking football is the brand that we're meant to be presenting, and we weren't really attacking like that, if that makes sense, because we're meant to be a possession-based team. But when you look at Tottenham, really, and you look at Ange Ball, we're not doing like what City do. I'm not saying we're meant to be like City, but in terms of like dominating teams and like getting shots on goal, for example, like shots like testing the goalkeeper and moving teams from left to right, that takes time. Of course, you need players, you need windows for that. But I think for this season, the performances have fallen off quite considerably. I think that's what it is. I think if the performances were a bit better and like we were like, oh, you can kind of see it, like, and it's just something just missing. Maybe if we get 1 or 2 players, then you know that it would work. Like, we're just missing. You know, like Liverpool, they know if they get rid of Nunes, for example, because he missed like an open goal. You know what I'm saying? They know if they get like a finisher in that position, that they can go up to the next level. Arsenal, if you were to get like a Lookman on the left, and I don't know, an
He's
Oshiman
available
or
now.
he's definitely a bit. I know. I haven't even spoke about that. After, what do you not think of that as well? That's mad. He basically come out, Gasperini, Atalanta manager, and he said he's the worst penalty taker
Just to clarify, did they interview
ever.
Gasperini just after the game? Because it sounds like a statement made like at the heat of the moment, like he was just vexed. Like he just sounded like he was vexed.
You lot, I don't know if you lot have got X or Phase. If you got X, check it. Yeah, it's just so you can bring it up in it. But basically, I think it was just after the game. Lookman, basically the guy that normally takes the penalties.
Kelleher, innit? Or something.
Yeah, Kelleher. Yeah, I think it was him. So basically, their managers, they designate a penalty taker, and the penalty taker said, "I don't want to take the penalty."
Swear.
And he said, "Lookman, here you go, take the penalty."
Oh, is that what happened?
That's what happened.
Okay, then.
Prior to this as well, before this, Lookman was actually injured. He wasn't even fully fit, right? So he's just making his comeback in that game. So as he's making that comeback,
he scored as well.
Yeah, he's been given the penalty because obviously, and if you saw the results before that, they were when he wasn't in the team, their performances were going downhill. They weren't winning games, so they had a drop in form. He's come back into the side, and obviously now they're looking at him like, "All right, you're the talisman, you're the main man. Take the penalty." The main penalty taker says, "I don't want the responsibility. You take the penalty." He's now missed the penalty, and then after the game, the manager's blasted him, and he said he has to be the worst penalty taker I've ever seen in my life. Talk about throwing a player under the bus. Then he's come out and Lookman's made a full statement, and he's come out and said, "This isn't the only thing, you know. Like I've been meaning to talk, but you know, I've been holding my tongue, blah blah blah, something along those lines." And he goes, "This is the final straw because this has been happening to me all season, or this is the first time it's happened to me at this club, and I feel like I need to voice this." And he's basically written out like a statement how he's not happy with what's going on. Basically saying like, like,
Is it a colour thing?
Yep. I was just looking at that, but you know me, I'm the panelist racist. Look at that link. Look at that link I just sent you, yeah. And if you can put that on the jumbotron, please.
Yeah. Let me look at that. Yeah. So like, what do you lot think? What do you lot think about that?
Wait, before you cast judgment, just watch this video.
Yeah, no, because I've even seen that. You know, like I even saved that, but I just want to hear the panel's opinion. But yeah, I'm gonna put that on the jumbotron.
I want to see all these BLM guys now. Want to see this clip going.
I love it.
I'm not really...
Italy's Italy, and he's in Italy, isn't it?
Yeah, in Italy. That's why I was bringing it up. I thought, okay, cool. And we saw what happened with Oshiman. Oshiman kept it moving, and he was like, "Listen, yeah, I don't want no parts of this. Let me add it to the scene." Anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've just seen it.
This ain't even the most recent one.
Oh, is it? There's more.
Yeah.
Look at the shirt he's wearing.
Yeah, no, Fulham. Yeah, I know, Fulham, innit? Right, I'm gonna play it though. Can you not see it? Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it a bit larger as well.
I'm not being funny. He knows that he's not a good penalty taker. Why would you put him as penalty taker? You know what I mean? It's just I don't.
He
But he didn't. It sounds like the other player. That's what I thought. Box office. I didn't hear this. That the main penalty taker bottled it by the sound of it.
Yeah.
I need to know the story.
If I had seen that, it could have been anyone else. No.
Hold on. What's his record in penalty taking though? What's his record?
I don't know his record. I don't know his record.
I'm not being funny though. It's a bit bad to say what you're saying when the guy helped you win the Europa League and beat you into Champions League as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I get there's a way there's a way of like saying you're frustrated, but I mean sometimes you don't want to you absolutely decimate the players' confidence. You know what I mean?
It's
You
like
know.
if Brennan Johnson's playing bad, you don't want Ange to talk about him.
Well, listen. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But I think. I mean, obviously, I'm not really privy to what is actually gone on there. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it don't look good, doesn't it? You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, the thing is though, if I'm going to criticize Ange for what he said about Timo Werner, right? I've got to do the same thing with Gasperini as well. You know what I mean? You got to have the same
No,
energy, don't you?
all right, but Lookman has been doing the thing. Like he's been clearly one of their better players.
Scored
Where I
4,
don't
man.
think Werner has been played. Not think. I know Werner hasn't been
No, I'm not.
the
Yeah,
player.
maybe that's a bad example. That's a
You
bad
know what I mean?
example. But I'm just trying to. Yeah,
So
I do
I
think
think
it.
it's down to the call out. It's the call out. Like Averin called out Rashford for not training properly. Like and he's not getting ridiculed for it. It's like, bro, if you ain't training properly, then yeah, you don't deserve to play. You get me?
yeah,
So
Yeah,
I think it's the call out, like when and how.
Yeah, but is it a scapegoat? Is it a scapegoating? Because apparently, when he went down to Villa and they were doing all the checks, he had the lowest body fat out of all the players, including the Villa ones. Do you know what I'm saying? So, is it really like a thing where Ineos was saying, "Raw, we need to get this man off our books. He's costing us. We need to restructure our wage structure. FFP is a mad thing. Let's get him out." Do you know what I mean? Because Amorim came out and defended. Like he was like, at one point, I heard Amorim saying he's just got bad people around him. He's got like bad, meaning that his team, his actual team, they're advising him wrong. Do you know what I'm saying?
Smoke up his ass, innit?
So that could be a factor as well. But I think me personally, I would take Lookman in my team. I'm just saying, Lookman.
I'd take Rashford in my team.
I would take Lookman. I would take Rashford. I would take a couple guys, bro. I'm not saying I'm
wouldn't take
starving, but I'm starving. You know what I'm saying?
I just need to know. I need to know that whole process around the penalty, though. Like, because the way because I saw Gasperini's statement, so I assumed that maybe that Lookman must have taken, just taken the, like remember when Jackson and Palmer had that thing? So if say for instance in that situation, say Jackson took the ball, Palmer gave it like whatever, had a fight, took it off Palmer, missed the penalty. If Enzo Maresca goes and says what Gasperini says, I'm like, yeah, like broski, like that was insane. Now I can see that as a call out because it was done in public. But if the event happened, what you're saying is the actual penalty taker bottled it. Nobody, and he just said, like, look, man, you take it. And then the sequence is, did Gasperini go into the locker room, have the conversation, then still come out and then give the interview? So was Gasperini aware of what's going on the pitch? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's my understanding.
What was the result? Did it cost them the game or something?
Yeah, because they lost. They lost.
I can understand the heat of the moment thing then, innit?
Yeah, 3-1. But he's brought out a statement saying like, "Raw, this ain't the first incident. I've been holding my mouth." You know what I'm saying? And now,
or maybe this is the moment you've always wanted to leave. You were thinking, man, I'm ready to leave, man. This is a great
exit. Yeah, it's a great way.
It's a great way.
But also, it's like because of what happened with Osimhen at Napoli, it's like,
don't he seem like he has a bad attitude?
Who? Osimhen.
Oh, Osimhen. I don't know. That's what
I don't like that. I don't like that because that was thrown at Spence. That was Jed Spence. Look what's happened now with Jed Spence.
Now the narrative's changed. Like there's like,
you know what I mean? It's I hear this all the time. This is the thing. This is why I think football. It's ironic because there was a lot of things that I heard yesterday saying, "Oh, football's boring" and all that. Yeah, right. A lot of it it's to do with now. There's not that a lot of characters now these days. Yeah, because now if you've got a character, you've got bad attitude.
No, but character.
Sometimes, go on too.
No, but character and attitude are two separate things. Character is someone who's over time has shown kind of someone who upholds their values and beliefs. So if for instance, you've left your wallet in my house and I've kept that wallet and I've given it to you as someone of good character. An attitude is essentially is something that I've shown you and presented towards you. I can show you a good attitude in terms of my application to my work, or I can show you a bad attitude and have a negative application to my work. So I think those are two different. I don't know if you're talking about personality, and Mr. Box Office, which is a bit more like different in terms
Yeah,
of like
probably more personality, maybe, because
yeah.
I think you can have your own personality, and and that can really reflect how you play as well. To be honest with you, because
Yeah.
that's what the Mavericks were like back in the day. You see what I'm saying? Which I think they're less of now these days because you're playing system football. But I think it's more to do with the personality, because I think managers don't have time for those sort of personalities sometimes. Because if you don't do if you're doing whatever the manager doesn't want you to do, or doing something that
But it
could be
depends. It depends.
beneficial.
But
It is a
where
fine
do you
line,
guys
yeah.
see that? So, for instance, I look at Brentford, a team with plenty of personality. I look at various teams in terms of that have that in terms of like actual people that got personalities, and I think Haaland's got personality. He's became one of them. I think
He's a bit of a
Skelly.
cunt, innit?
I think Skelly's got personality.
Definitely got personality.
You
Definitely.
But
know,
so before you move on from the Spence, yeah, because you see, because he was flying before Conte. Conte weren't feeling him.
Yeah.
Correa was stagnating, and then after he's got a new boost and he looks like a new guy. So maybe it's just the pessimist in me or something, or the optimist. Don't you think that Conte thing might have benefited him? So maybe he's thought my shit don't stink. Conte's came in. He's a guy highly reputable. You
Mm.
can't really chat shit to him. He's put you in your place, and now Conte's gone. It's like, right, now I got to really get my shit together because I'm
There
not.
was a guy called Neil Warnock, and he played under Spence. Played under Middlesbrough, and he said that Spence will never make it as a professional footballer.
All right, so that attributes to Conte now. Like,
So then, but then he went under to Forest. Him and it was him and Brennan Johnson. They played at Forest together, and then they won promotion. They won a League Cup, whatever. And I think that's when he got noticed when he played against U-Man and Man United and scored those goals. And then Steve Cooper was like, "Nah, the kid's excellent. You know, he's a good kid. He's got a good heart. Blah blah blah." And that's what gave him his move to Tottenham. And then, as what you said, Conte looked at him and said, "No, it's a club signing." Straight away before he even met him, he said, "It's a club signing. It's not nothing to do with me." You know what I mean? And then after like Conte left, he did a stint in Italy when he was at Genoa, and at Genoa,
which is a step down from Spurs. No,
yeah. It is. It's still like in Serie A, it's the top division, but the team obviously Genoa is not
hold
is
the same
established.
wages. Yeah,
Exactly. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he's done that. Obviously, I think he spent like a season over there. Then he's come back. I think Ange just looked at him, and then at one point they were going to sell him, and they were going to sell him to Genoa, but they couldn't agree a fee because the fee they felt was too low. And I think they went for like between 7 and 8 million, and I think Spurs wanted between 9 and 10, something silly like that. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, Ange has not played him. He's not put him on the Europa squad league, whatever. The only time he played him was in the League Cup, and we were on our way out. We were about to like get knocked out by Coventry. He's come on, and that's when it's all changed. You know what I'm saying? He's come on, scored
But
a goal.
he ignored him after it though. He still ignored
Yeah,
him.
ignored him. He still ignored him after that because he didn't. After that, he still didn't play him. After all of that, after he saved him from the cup exit, it would have been
The long and the short of it is, he was playing because of injuries. That was it. It's simple as that. You know what I mean? He was just there. So, like I say, and I stick by what I say. The guy's only playing well because of stick it to Ange, as far as I'm concerned, because he's sitting there. And I'm sorry, I know people might disagree with me, but I've watched for so long now these days. I'm sorry, I know when you can see it clearly. The guy's sitting there thinking, "You've been doing me for 6 months. I want to stick it to you." And I still think he's sticking there because I think it's his tactics. After watching the game against Man United, who Man United were as bad as us, it's just that they couldn't score a goal. I mean, like I say, I had a great day going to the protest. By the way, positive. Yeah, cherish this for the rest of your life. Yeah, cherish this for the rest of your life, audience. Positive. I was there at the protest. Yeah, which I said I'm showing on Mr. Box Office TV. Technical issues, even though the pictures were rubbish. Sorry about that, but it will be better next time. But the point is, yeah, right. I was at the protest. It was brilliant, people that show out and stuff like that. It was brilliant, absolutely fantastic. Should never have bought that ticket. I regretted it after that, to be honest with you, because I could have just left after that. To be honest with you, went to the game, rubbish. Sorry, absolute rubbish. and he's had a week and I dread what we're going to do against Ipswich. Honestly,
Did you not watch the game? Did everyone watch the game? Spurs versus Man U.
Yeah.
it's crap.
What did you lot think of it? Because I haven't even asked. Like, what did you lot think of
Well,
the game?
again, in terms of
Sorry,
yeah,
before
go
we
on,
move
go
on,
on.
though, I just want to
Yeah,
say,
go on,
because
go on,
you know,
go on.
I'm a fan here. You see, like Roy Keane and them, man. Like, I'm a
Yeah, yeah.
fan of that, you know. Like, I'm
Oh,
a
when he
fan
called
of
out
that.
Madison, when he called out Madison.
No, but just say it how it is, bro. Like, just
Yeah.
tell you my and I don't want that to be eradicated from football, because even with what
Yeah.
Toon said about the Sancho thing, it starts to be made about race. Because you
Mm.
you know when rappers, they always say, "You are the teacher that said I would never be shit."
Yeah,
That was your motivation.
I hear it still.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I just don't
yeah,
want to
yeah,
get that
yeah, yeah.
eradicated from football.
Yeah,
But sorry,
100%.
go on. What you're saying about the Spurs? I didn't watch the game though. So.
We talked about the way they had it in the match preview. Like, we're going back to expectations. Nobody. Well, I don't think. For instance, I can't remember who predicted 3-1. I can't remember if it was Kaz. And the first thing we said was, "Where's Man United going to get 3 goals from?" We were,
Yeah.
we
I
were,
think we're gonna win.
we were, yeah.
I
We
said,
said,
we're
like,
gonna win that game.
exactly. That's what we saw. But no, I don't remember anybody saying this is going to be an El Clasico.
No,
Like,
yeah.
That was never destined. So our expectations were always
El Crapico. That's what I heard.
so my expectations were always a little bit lower, and so that's what we got. So maybe that's why I'm not as disappointed. Plus, I'm not Spurs or a Man United fan as well. So in terms of the performance and the game itself, I'm not overly. I was more. No, there was a new flaw that I saw in terms of, like, in Man United. Like, I'm like, I'm like, we're going to new levels of dysfunctionality, and we're beginning to not down tools. I think it's even worse than that. Maybe it's like we don't know what we're doing. Like, it's a bit more hopeless in that sense. So yeah, not too much to add to that one.
I hear it, man. No. I mean, when I saw the game, it was just a case of, they had a back five, and I didn't understand why, even though
they were scared.
Yeah, and then it felt like there was just 2 men in the middle of the pitch, and they were so disjointed. Do you know what I'm saying? And their front three couldn't finish. Like box office said, as simple as that. That's what it was in the game.
But actually, still got through our midfield though. Still got through our midfield easily though. Sorry. I know they're bad. I still predicted us winning. I said we were going to win 2-1. I've got the evidence. You know what I mean? I said 2-1
as well.
We believe you.
Because I sat there and thought, like, we'll turn up in this game. Yeah, and I was right. I was right, because we scored 1 goal, but like Man United would. Oh my god!
But box office, do you think, right? Look, check this now. Spurs have won a game now. Boom. They're playing Ipswich, which on paper, I don't know what you lot think of the panel, but I think Spurs are favourite. I think Spurs could beat Ipswich.
Away.
Yeah, away. It's away. I know it's away. We got to beat at home, though. We've got to be at home. But am I crazy to think that Tottenham could beat Ipswich?
No, that's just a stupid statement, man.
Right then, right? So that's another game, right?
I think this is going to be an unpopular opinion. I think we might win Ipswich, and we might even beat bloody Man City.
Yeah.
It's not out of the realms, unfortunately. It's not out of the realms. I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
And you see the fan base after that.
And then check this, right? Because after City, Spurs played Brentford, but Spurs have more of a rest because Bournemouth, sorry. Spurs played Bournemouth. Bournemouth are still in the cup. Do you know what I'm saying? So Spurs are going to have more rest than what Bournemouth do.
Are you playing them away?
It is
at home.
Okay.
Home.
Okay.
Yeah. So in a crazy world, right? Do you not think that Spurs could go on a little run where they go on? That'll be 5 games undefeated.
And you got players back as well.
Yeah, players are coming back as well.
Because before you move on, because I understand this season's been atrocious, but this is where this fan thing gets into it, and it's just about who can throw the most shit on each other. Because
of course.
The injuries you guys have had, it explains a lot.
Yeah.
It's like we're not allowed. We're not, because everybody just wants to call names and disrespect each other and say we're shit.
Chinks, how many injuries do we have in the midfield?
Bro, didn't you have like
before I'm kicking out still.
Big up.
You're
Nah,
asking
big
me
up,
the
Preach.
Say
question.
bless,
Yeah.
preach.
Big
Say
up,
that.
guy.
But how many
Come
injuries
back,
do we have in
Yeah,
midfield,
soon.
Jinx?
I don't know.
Hey,
Big up,
catch
Rich.
me, catch me.
I don't know in
Yeah, come
Big
midfield,
up.
but I know during this season you've had like a whole 11 missing or something like that.
Yeah,
bro.
but most of them, Alderweireld was not first team, right? You could maybe talk about Solanke. Romero's been crap this season,
He's
right?
out though. No,
Yeah, he's out, he's out.
Van der Ven's hands have been ticking all season, so we knew this was going to be a problem,
Madders.
right? Who else is there?
Yeah,
Madders
Uh,
has been out. No,
Madders has not been playing well, and he's been taken out the team for Kulusevski because he's been played well. I've been told, but let's be honest here, I don't think he's been great. I'm being honest with you.
Vicario
Right?
number 6, the goal.
Adoji,
bro, that's more than half a team, bro.
Adoji's been
7.
crap this season.
That's 7.
Right? Poor, you know what I mean? Like, and he's overplayed a lot of players like Kulusevski.
Injuries, bro.
Yeah, but some of these are not even first team, bro.
And
Richarlison's not
you
even
know,
first
sorry,
team.
before you go, because remember, I'm not a Spurs fan, so I'm not judging this with the lens you have of your whole history of stuff, which obviously is why you feel how you feel. But I'm just like, based on this individual season, I think a big part of where you are is injuries, not
Yeah, but
not the
how many
history and
injuries
stuff. as well.
how many injuries do we have in
You've had double figures, bro.
But how many injuries do we have in midfield?
I'll have to Google it. I'm not 100%.
So in
Zero.
midfield, it was just it was Madison.
And
Just
Bentancur.
And Bentancur.
Bentancur had like some
Yeah,
mad.
but
yeah.
Bentancur. But
yeah.
can we have an honest conversation about Bentancur? Bentancur's had injuries, yes, but also he's been suspended.
Oh yeah, for the Sun thing. Yeah.
It still counts though to not having your best team. But I hear
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm not being funny. I'm not being funny. If you're telling me that Bentancur is our best team, right? He's been crap this season. He's been one of the reasons why our midfield is so.
But he is in the best 11 though. I think he's always. I think he's starting over Basuma. I think he's starting over Basuma.
Well, the reason why he's our team, yeah, because no one can, because we've got kids in front of him. We've got one kid, Archie Gray, who's supposedly a midfielder, who's not a midfielder in my eyes now. He's a defender.
No, he's a midfielder.
No, he's a defender.
You're going to find out he's a very good midfielder.
Okay, so why is he not playing in midfield then?
Because you don't have any centre backs.
No. Sorry. No, that's an excuse again. Ask the question.
Do you have centre backs?
No, but ask the question again. Why is he not playing in midfield when our midfields are absolutely bang average this season?
You said you got no injuries in midfield. Yeah.
Okay, but no, that's not the answer. The point is we've got Danzo, we had Dorrington.
Danzo's just come, to be fair though. Danzo's just come.
He's just come.
Yeah, Danzo's just come.
Danzo,
and Archie Gray's been playing less in defence since Danzo has come.
Yeah, but the thing is though, he's had amples of opportunity to play him in midfield. He's never done it.
Okay, when have you had a window where Van der Ven and Romero are both fit and available, and Archie Gray still starts over them?
Again, yeah, but
Has
maybe
that
is the case. But the point I'm making is though, Toon, right? If he was a midfielder, why is he not playing in his position? He was never a defender. He was never okay. But if the thing is though, yeah, okay, that's fine, right? But the point I'm making is that if he was a midfielder, he would have been playing by now in midfield.
All right, so let me throw that back at you. Pause. Why is Skelly playing left back? He's a midfielder.
Well, fair point, but Skelly. Fair point, but the point is we've paid 40 bloody million for him. You didn't pay 40 million for Skelly, didn't you?
Fuck. Yeah, you got me there.
No, but what does that change? What does that change the price of fish?
Well, because we could have got a midfielder. We could have got a proper midfielder then.
You've got
See what I mean?
So who's going to play? Okay, who would you prefer to play in centre back when you've got no centre backs?
We had Davis, and we had bloody Dragerson at the time.
Well, Ben Davies did get injured though at some point.
And so did Dragerson.
And he's not first team, is he?
Well,
Davis
has been our best defender this season.
So 4 of your centre backs are out injured.
Yeah, that's great. I'm telling you, as good as we are. Let's say we don't win shit, so I'm not allowed to say that. But Saliba and Gabriel go missing. I guarantee you, this team looks a lot different, bro. I guarantee you.
Well, look, I'm not being funny. If you've been watching Tottenham games, we've been losing games, right? With losing games with Romero and Van der Ven in defence. Against Crystal Palace, gave them their first win. We gave Ipswich their first win, right, with Romero in defence as well, by the way, right? We lost to Newcastle away,
So did
as
we,
well.
bro.
Yeah,
Every
like
time.
No, no, no.
Every time.
I'm
don't
just
take
saying.
it
I'm
as a
just
loss.
saying.
Take it as a
This is
lesson.
your best defense. This is your best defense. This is your best defense. Your best defenders, by the way.
No, the
Yeah.
question
So,
was availability. It wasn't about your
yeah,
performance and
so,
who's the
yeah,
best.
yeah, yeah. But this is when these players were available. These are when these players were available.
If the day happens,
Just to remember this
if you
revisionism.
tell me
Yeah.
if Van der Ven and if the day happens when Van der Ven and Romero are both fit and available for Tottenham, and Archie Gray still starts at centre back, you have a point.
No, he's not playing. He's not playing. He's not playing centre back. No, but the point I'm making is though, Toon. Right? I don't know whether we're having a different conversation here. If Archie Gray was a midfielder, he would have been playing in midfield. When we had no when we didn't have any midfielders one time, he still played in defence. He's never played in midfield. Even in Europe, Europa League, he's always played in defence. He's always
Yeah,
played
go on,
right back.
Faith. Go on,
Can
go
he
on.
play? Is centre back one of his positions though?
No,
Is
he's
he
never
like?
played that centre back before. He's
So
never
it's literally
Right
just
back,
Yeah.
right back.
played
He
right
that
meant.
back and DM.
played that
Yeah,
right back
Oh,
before.
all right, so that makes a bit. I can understand what you're saying because I was just thinking, right, it's like throwing a striker in centre back, like just random, like do you know what I mean? But
Hmm.
because if he doesn't play and the other people are injured, who would you put at centre back?
So basically, if you had, would you have put one of the Arsenal players? I'm trying to think of an Arsenal player.
Partey's been right back. I'd
No,
put
no,
Declan Rice
one of
centre
your
back.
Jack Wilshere, yeah, Jack Wilshere.
Mhm.
Like he's a midfielder, and when he came on the scene, he was 17. Would you have ever expected him to play as a centre back?
He's
To
attacking it.
Yeah,
Here's a better one. Here's a better one. Would he have put Diaby in centre back?
100%.
Right.
100% I would.
But how old is Diaby when he broke onto the scene?
Did we buy him early? Under 20, like under 24, early 20s, I think.
Early 20s. The reason why I used Wilshere is because Archie Gray is fairly young. He's 18 and he needs developing. And so I wonder if Jack Wilshere would have played centre back as a 17-year-old for Arsenal. And I'm not too sure because I know that type of player, like to develop him, you're going to play him in midfield no matter what. Do you know what I'm saying? And I would probably say the same with Cesc Fabregas. Cesc Fabregas, he was 16 when he broke onto the scene.
Is that the type of midfielder that Archie Gray is?
Archie Gray says he's a 6 or 8.
Yeah.
6 or an 8.
What's his build? Has he got like a big build?
Framey, kind of like wiry.
He's big,
tall,
but
kind of tall, kind of like athletic. Kind
I'm not saying it's correct, but I can understand why Ange put him there. Do you get what I mean? I'm not saying it's the correct, but it's the lesser of two evils.
You pay 40 million for him though to play in midfield.
But then I've got my first team midfield who I can kind of rely on to a degree and not just a whimsical hope. Do you get what I mean? And hopefully I can put them in front of him and protect him a bit, and it's not going that way.
Yeah, but the point I'm making is though, Chinks, yeah, right, is that if he's been playing in, he could have been playing in midfield. There was no reason why he can't play in midfield.
Does Archie Gray get into Arsenal's team, Faze?
No,
to be honest, I haven't seen enough of him.
Okay, fair enough.
But I've got Skelly and Nwaneri, and I've got people I've never heard of on my bench, so it could be possible Ranieri got a game at 15. I don't know if he'd start week in, week out at centre back, but it's highly possible he could get some minutes, I suppose, for us.
And it also pushes the idea why I say we needed experience in our midfield, because I don't rate our midfielders. Because at the end of the day, let's be honest here, right? They're lucky to be in that midfield right now. Bentancur, Basuma, Sarr. I'm being honest with you. I don't even understand why Archie is not given a chance anyway, because it's not like our midfielders have been playing really well. They've been awful this season. You know what I mean? I think it's also because of the tactics as well. Because Basuma is not a number 6, he's not a defensive midfielder, and I would argue at the moment Bentancur is not that sort of type of midfielder either.
I think you've got a squad building issue, man. This is sounding like
that's been the issue for a long time. Why
you went to the protest and why people are so happy about the takeover shit? Because I feel like Ange is catching a lot of flack. All your managers catch a lot of flack, and it's not only down to them, man. I don't think it's all down to them. I don't even support Spurs like you look, but I know it's Levy. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm not even that in tune with you.
I can't tell when FaZe has been an evil genius, so he's just being genuine.
I'm trying. Obviously, I don't know Spurs as well as these man, innit? Yeah. And I'm just trying to be objective and just like I've been in this position where I hate my team. Well, I
Yeah.
just hate my team, and every day's negative, and I'm just on stream sounding like I don't even support my team. And I know I wasn't happy at that period in my life, innit? So I don't want to see no one else there.
All right, let me ask you a question then. Like, and I always ask you this question, but the reason why I keep asking you is because I meet different Arsenal fans, innit?
Mm.
And they come up to me, and I know you're different, and they say like, I think like they don't believe that, because I think ultimately they want to win the Premier League, and I think that's where the difference is. They actually want to win. They want someone that can get over the line. They think under Arteta they're going to finish second again, and next season's going to be more the same. He won't be the guy.
You know. Sorry to cut you. You know where I've changed my tune a bit.
Yeah.
This season, cool. Next
Mhm.
season, fuck
Huh.
off. You don't win something.
Oh,
I think I've changed my tune a bit.
oh.
I hear it. No, I hear it. Like, listen. Everyone has their time.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
it's
next
just
season.
different things like that kind of trigger, or like that's why I keep
Yeah.
asking the same question over and over again.
I'd say
Everyone's got their time, because obviously no.
This isn't
Remember, Toon. I said at the part of the show when FaZe came in, I said, how long should a project?
Yes.
How long?
Yeah.
And everyone was like, depends on the club, and it depends on, depends on the club and what they want, what the fans want, what the owners want, because what the fans want might be different to what the owners want. The owners might have a different expectation, and that might be where there's clashes. Do you understand? So obviously, when it comes to Arsenal, it's no longer keep dropping my mic. It's no longer projects; it's phases now. Do you understand? They're like, we're on phase. Do you know what I mean? Because they're in what, their 6th year, is it, with Arteta? Is it 6 years?
I think so. Let me double check.
Yeah, I think it's 6 years. So you finished 8th, well, halfway through. So let me be fair. 8th, 5th, second. So that's 5 already, and this could be the 3rd second. Do you understand? Of nearly being a nearly guy, like what people call it, the bridesmaid, whatever, never the bride. So I can understand now where it's getting close for FaZe now, and he's like, raw.
Yeah.
This season I could put up with another second, but if we finish second again, or we don't come home with something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then I have to be asking questions. Like I do like the style of play, because remember, he said FaZe was like, I liked Arteta because the style of play, I remember where we was. But then I heard his tone change slightly when it came to the set pieces. I was like, I don't care about set pieces, we're winning the game. So I heard a slight change, and I was like, let me just keep asking, even though people actually know what he's gonna say, blah blah blah. But I heard a slight nuance in some of his answers, so I thought maybe he's got a different stance on in terms of what he wants to win. You know what I mean?
You know what it is? I'm reactionary, innit? And I try to not be like that because I know that's not the right way to be. So when I always like I consult, like I listen to older fans and more mature people whose opinions I respect. And I heard one of them say it. I heard one of them say, "Right, if we don't win this season, next year I want him gone." And I'm way more or less patient than that guy. So when he said it, I knew I've drunk too much Kool-Aid. I've drunk too much Kool-Aid. I knew it. Hold on. I'm here arguing sounding like a gal, and I've got Lee Gunner shouting at me. It's like, nah, I've drunk too much Kool-Aid now. 3 seconds in a row, bro. Next year, you got to win something. Yeah,
The thing is, though, it's funny that you say that. Yeah, you have a guy at me for like being harsh on my team. Yeah, but at the end of the day, you're saying you're showing you're being reactionary though, Chinks. You know what I mean? It's
no,
like
initially, like my first response. You see how you are? That's my response. We need a fucking striker. These fucking set pieces. Like this manager's Brendan Rodgers. Like that's my. After we lose a game, that's where my emotions take me. But I'm a person. I've made decisions based off my emotions before, and then it hasn't gone in my favor. But now I have to stand in it because I've made that.
How long?
Now I try and use logic.
But how long have you been an Arsenal fan? How long have you been an Arsenal fan for?
Since the 90s, yeah.
My uncle Jason, who was like my superhero when I was young, so I'd say about
probably 30 years now.
Say about 7. Yeah, say about 30. Yeah, I'm 37. About 30 years.
Well, that's the point. It's like you get an understanding what your team's like, you know, over those years. You get what I'm saying? So you get an
Above
understanding
you are.
what you were, where you were, like when you're winning championships and winning cups, and you know what I mean. I don't know whether you were like around the
But that
90s.
was we've not won more than we have won though.
Yeah, that's the point. You get
Mm.
an understanding what the standard was at that time. You get what I'm saying? I
Mm.
don't know about Toon Tactics because Toon Tactics obviously has only learned. You know, I think you're getting it good now because you know what's going on at the moment. That's not even having a dig. You know what I mean? Because
Real
I do think,
patience. Real patience.
Listen,
but you know, yeah, I mean,
I've seen Sir Bobby Robson. I've seen regular Champions League. I've seen Janolo flick balls over people's heads.
You've
yeah,
got to
Put
see
it
well,
that
in
Skrilla.
I've seen a Sprilla put a bicycle kick 3-2 against
Which has Dean
Barcelona.
Lee. Is it
I
Dean
was.
Lee?
We
yeah.
were that team before. We were that team
Maduka,
before you were that team. I've
Maduka,
seen
No,
them.
Is it
I'm not.
Robert?
Femi
Robert? Is it
Martins,
Robert?
Michael
Yeah,
Owen. I've
What's his
seen a
name?
lot.
Is it
it's not
Robert?
even.
Robert.
That's not even a
Robert.
dig.
Robert.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
not even
I've
a
seen
dig.
Les Ferdinand and Alan Shearer up front,
Did you
mate.
have
The
Demba Ba?
original Ferdinand, you
The
know.
Yeah.
original Ferdinand.
Before he come to Spurs. Hey. Man had a trim when it went up like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Bit,
Mr. Box,
bit like a bit forward
Mr.
of the
Box Office thinks Mr. Box Office thinks I was out in the streets like the whole time. Like this is like
No, 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 no. I'm not saying. I'm not saying. I'm just saying that you get an idea what you're. All right. So this is where you'll get your. This is where you're very stunned on what your opinion is. You know, you're stubborn on your opinion because at the end of the day, you've seen it before. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, FaZe, if you've seen what Arteta's been like the last how many years now, it's like this shouldn't be a surprise to you. You know what I mean? The way that the club is run, this shouldn't be a surprise to you. You get what I'm
Is it?
saying?
But wait, but is that on Arteta or is that on the club? Whose fault?
I
Like
think it's a
for
bit of
them,
both. I
but
think it's
like
a
what's
bit
wrong
of
with the
not
both.
way
getting
Arsenal's run though? I don't understand that.
No,
Like
it's not
in
exactly
general.
because it's
But in terms of
it's
them
the Spurs
needing,
comparison.
no, but I'm saying they
Uh,
needed a striker. They needed a striker. They knew they needed a striker,
yeah.
and they didn't get the striker.
But
And
then
they're in a title race. Do you know what I mean?
Y-
So
Yeah, but that's okay. But then what I've never heard, well, I'm not. That's not true. What hear less of is okay. Number one, is the striker that you wanted available,
I
and
hear
if
you.
they're not available, are you going to get the B and C striker? Okay, they might be good for now, but what if you don't win the league and you're stuck with this striker? Plus, the second thing is people ignored that there was meetings in the conference between the Premier League about do we even keep uh, PSR or do we go to this new wages to turnover situation? They decided to keep PSR. So people didn't know what to spend and how much to spend it. People say, but Aston Villa spent, and that's desperation spending. That's like not, they're going to be, I don't know if they're going to have a great summer. So it's not just Arsenal that did it.
but
Chelsea did it. Yeah.
I was
Man
gonna say desperation to get back in the Champions League. That was their objective, and I think that's why they spent like that.
on
And then
loans.
desperate,
Yeah.
yeah, on loans. To be fair, and
Yeah.
Arsenal weren't able to do loans. If I'm being completely,
Yeah, we only allowed 2 this season for
yeah,
some
yeah,
stupid
How
because
many loans have you got already?
you've got too many loans. That's why.
Sterling and Neto.
And Sterling, yeah,
Yeah,
you said
Neto and
Sterling.
Sterling.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, then there you
So,
go.
so they could only buy basically. They
Right.
couldn't. They
And
couldn't.
you know what? I'm not. You know what? Because I'm with you, Toon. You know, and I'm with you. But maybe I go on these streams too much and I listen to too much other people's opinions now, and it's frying my brain.
Yeah.
Apparently, Watkins was offered to us by
Yeah.
Villa. I heard
Yes.
For 60 million.
for 60
Yes.
m's, but then we offered them 40 m's,
which
or
is the
something.
right price
Well, yeah.
for 20
I
for
hear you.
29-year-olds.
Too late in the window. for
But then
them
it was
to
late
make-
in the window, and then you know what?
Yeah.
It's back to what Ash said as well. We clearly needed a striker.
Hmm.
We were offered Watkins and had money to make that happen if it was offered to us.
But
So before we were offered Watkins, what the fuck were we doing?
And,
What
and,
do you
and, I
mean?
said, and I said the desperation for Villa was to get in the Champions League. And so they said, we're going to do what it takes, get those loans done. And they got those players in. Marlon being one of them, Rashford being
Yeah.
another one,
But
Asensio
that's
being
because of
another
their
one.
director.
Then-
That's because of their director.
but we'll see
But
if it works
then
out.
Arsenal, they got to get a striker in to win the league. That's
Okay.
the difference maker. And
So-
so they didn't go the extra mile.
But
to get
okay,
that
but who's
player.
available? So they really want
So-
Benjamin Sesko. He doesn't want to leave. They're not getting Isak for the life of me.
Well,
Goodness
we just
gracious.
said Watkins was available, and had they not dragged their feet, because remember Villa ended up selling Duran. But
Watkins
if they
is
had sold, because remember out of the two of them,
yeah.
Watkins is the older. So if they'd sold Watkins early in the window, they would have kept Duran and let Watkins go for 40 million. And
I think they should have went for Duran rather than Watkins.
I agree. I agree.
I would have spent the
I agree.
70, 80 million on Duran.
They did neither, is what we're saying.
Yes.
And they stuck their nose up, and their chest was too high. Like,
Well, how
they're
much is
above
Duran
it.
getting paid in Saudi Arabia? Are they willing to pay him that money?
Probably not.
But difference is though, he's going for the league though, isn't it? You know what I mean? That's the attraction, isn't it? You're going for the league.
Yeah, you could sell them that you're
still
saying.
in that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
But
think.
what if he doesn't like? Maybe he's gone to where he's gone to. I believe him. I'm more and more that Jose Merino face when he goes, look where they go and who they play when they play. I'm beginning to see that more and more. It's not that Duran's gone to play chasing leagues with Liverpool or in Barcelona. He's gone to Saudi Arabia.
No one gives a fuck.
Yeah, right. So that kind of shows you everything that you need to know.
No, you're right there. You're right there because Ivan Toney did the same thing, didn't
Right.
he? You know, the money, and the life of it. You know what I mean? And that
I would do.
That sets you up for life and stuff. Stability is attractive to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe, but I mean, I just think Arsenal. It like I say, and I said this to Asmatic because we speak on the phone a lot of the time. I said when I hear this excuse about there's nothing available. If you want to make things happen, if you want something to happen, you make it happen. You know what I mean? You find something. You find a way. As far as I'm concerned,
It's like I honestly believe, if we didn't put pressure on the board and Dragushin didn't get injured, Danzo would never have happened.
That's true.
I agree.
I think if Fraser Forster never picked up an injury, they would have not got Kingsley, the goalkeeper, in.
Yeah.
And then I think if we didn't put pressure on the board again and Solanke didn't pick up an injury, Tell wouldn't have come either.
But what if, and again, we can't read the future, but at the same time, we can't hindsight. What if what if Arsenal get that striker in now? They still don't win. They still don't win the league. And now in the summer, looking at Benjamin Sesko, he's saying what happened. Newcastle come along, and now Newcastle got Isak and Benjamin Sesko, for instance, and stuff like that. And now you're thinking, are we even going to be in the title chase next season?
But it works both ways. It's a risk for not getting a striker, and then it's a risk for getting a striker. Like, it works both ways. So like, we will never know, innit? And this is exactly this is the whole debate. Do you know what I mean?
But the thing is, what I'm hearing a lot more, and again, kind of what Faze was saying about what Arsenal fans are saying, especially on the stream, is people don't want it. Like, they're not whenever. But I'm like, you bought £100 million striker. You paid a Kai Havertz, whether you like Kai Havertz or not, whoever it is, you're paying him 300. So like the wages and the fees that you're paying for players lets me know that there is ambition there. You don't just buy like players for that amount. You might not necessarily be getting the right players. But
they never bought Havertz for a striker. Am I wrong, FaZe? They bought.
Apparently, it was left 8.
They bought
it's versatility as well. You know, he loves versatile players, but originally left 8.
They bought him as a midfielder. They didn't buy him as a striker.
Yes, that's true.
He was meant to dovetail with Jesus, and then Jesus got injured.
Yeah, he was meant to be the Xhaka replacement, wasn't he?
He's meant to be the Xhaka replacement.
Yeah,
exactly.
And let's be honest. Let's be honest. He had a purple patch, Jesus. Let's be honest here. You know what I mean?
But you know what's annoying, Toon? I mean, box office. He has one every fucking time he pops. Bro, he scored like 5 goals in 2 games. Got injured and fucked off. The year before he did it again. He does it all the time, bro.
So then there's that bad planning to say, like, you looked at his injury history. I'm saying like Yardi. His injury history. and say
injury.
Say Guna Yardi, Yardi Guna.
He's the worst, you know. Sorry.
But listen, I don't know if that should they have not looked at some of those things.
They did. They were chasing down Benjamin Sesko. Like, that was like the most publicized chase ever. And the guy said he's going to stay 1 more year. Benjamin Sesko. They wanted Benjamin Sesko. They hunted the guy down. The guy said no.
So is that a thing where, like, if you don't go and get your target, do you not have another option like that fits that mold? Do you know what I'm saying? Because you guys were famous for it. Like, you wanted Mark Guay, you chased him all summer.
Biggest mistake.
And then, like, all of a sudden, you didn't get the player you wanted, and now you're suffering because Botman's been out, and that's been I think it's been devastating towards your season.
Yes.
I think it's affected your season.
Yes,
When Botman's in there, you guys look like a different team.
exactly.
So for me, it's the same point with Arsenal.
But at the
You know what
same
I mean?
time, the reverse of that is if you look at Newcastle's transfer history since the takeover, there isn't. I personally would say we've got 100% success rate in terms of the players that we've got by waiting for the players that we needed. So, even the guys that we've sold, Chris Wood doesn't sound like a bad. That's the guy we sold. When we our first 5 players: Chris Wood, Bruno Gomes, Dan Burn, Matt Target, Kieran Trippier.
Yeah,
Chris Wood was a chess. Yeah, I feel like that was a chess move.
Right.
Because-
So it was a chess move. We stayed in the league. And look
it
at him.
was-
And look what he's doing now. Dan Burn is still doing well. Kieran Trippier's okay. Matt Target, he was there to keep us out of the relegation zone. They did their jobs, and we've carried that on. People said Gordon was a flop. Look at how that's turning out. When we bought Isak, you bought a player who only scored 6 goals last season. Look how that's turned out. Liramento, Hall, all these other players, but these are players that we took a long time. Tonali, we went, he did the things. Yes, that was wrong, and but
What you mean the gambling?
we mean the gambling.
Has he repaid you yet?
No.
But that's more to do with the coach, though. I've got to be honest. That's to do with the coach, though. To be honest, because the way that Gordon's really come on this season,
Yes.
that's more on the coach. And
No, but he's talking about the planning of it.
The planning of it.
I think Newcastle have been very clever, though. Let's be honest here, because the FFP thing, right? I think they've been very, very unlucky in this. This is where I don't really like this FFP. I'm fed up of it, to be honest with you.
It puts weight on his Cartel 6 argument, innit? And I fucking hate.
Listen, I think the way that they've dealt with the transfer window has been clever. You know what I mean? But I felt sorry for Newcastle because I think.
Sorry, Boxer, before you continue, yeah, when they put the money up for Isaac, when they did you feel like it was a smart buy? Because I didn't. He had like 4 or 6 goals.
Nobody did.
I really didn't. I didn't at the time. With hindsight, 1,000%. But at the moment, I was like, no, that's a bit.
But I mean, the way he's developed him, though, I think
100%.
that shows you that you can do that. You know what I mean? Because
No, but you know what? When I looked at Isaac, at him,
You're trying to start trouble.
Player in there. I thought there was a player in Isaac. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really look at how many goals he scored.
Did you hear that Arsenal are linked to Hugo Ekitike? I rate Hugo.
I rate him.
But you got these Arsenal fans saying, "Oh, bro, give me."
Yeah, I've heard that as well. Oh no, get him. He's a flop at PSG.
Who's he playing with?
Blah, blah, blah.
Because he's proven. That's the thing. That's the difference.
But he wasn't when we bought him.
No. But the point that I hear you. I don't know that player that you're talking about because I haven't seen him. But I'm just saying. But my point is that I think the reason why.
Mamouche.
But I think the point. I think the difference is why Arsenal fans are going mad is because they want someone proven. But I think maybe your option, even though I haven't seen him personally, so I need to see him, right? But
João Pedro.
Yeah, I think it could be a good option because you could develop him into that, and he could be good for the system as well. You could use that.
Like Benjamin Sesko.
Yeah. Could be, yeah. Could be.
Do you know what I mean? So,
but I haven't seen him.
Good things take time. Like is what I'm basically saying. Good things take time.
Oh, don't do this Archie Gray thing again, please.
No, I was going to say Chelsea. They got all the super talent in the world all in one go. Anyway. It's a long story.
Yeah.
Two tactics. Don't get used to this, yeah. But I do hear you. I do hear you on that. You know what I mean? Don't get used to it. Don't get used to it, though.
I heard someone say, it's like a narrative that Chelsea, like the owners are not buying players for success on the pitch. It's for like they all got great sell-on value, and it's good monetary wise.
Yeah, they're doing both.
Yeah,
I think they're doing both.
It's just not working on the pitch.
All I'm gonna say though about Chelsea fans though. If this is going to continue, there's going to be a protest.
There's a protest. There is a protest coming on.
There is a protest.
There's a protest. Well, they don't accept this sort of thing. They don't accept it.
They're going to have to.
And you know what's mad? Yeah, this is a bit of, and this is me being on my high horse of being under the school of Wenger and doing it the right way and not buying it. Yeah, like, do you? And this may be a bad attitude. I'm willing to be wrong here. You see, like money fans, like fans that are support a club that is just money, not Newcastle included in this at all. I mean, like you see, like Chelsea, City,
Newcastle tried that,
PSG. Yeah, but you see, like these guys, like they just buy it all. Like,
Yeah.
I don't feel like their fans have integrity.
No,
Maybe if you're old school, like my
Yeah,
mate,
the older
old
fans.
school,
Yeah, like the one I
Dennis
had on.
Wise shirt and all of that. But I just think like I don't. You see, like a Chelsea fan protest is a mockery to me. Like I don't take. You lot don't have that passion, integrity. Like you lot.
The protest they did put up for the Super League one, I thought that was a protest.
That was good. That was brilliant.
Good. But again, that was probably done by proper Chelsea. Like you're
Yeah.
Because there's some fans, dare I say, even I'm not going to say where from, but who are like, I don't really want to play Stoke in a rainy day. I want to play Inter Milan every other day. I want to play Real Madrid the other day, and I'm like, what? Like, and I think that might be for me personally. If you're saying that, I'm not. You're maybe a fan for different reasons. Maybe a money fan, like you said. Like,
but you know what, Mourinho, the way he built Chelsea, he was like their first manager. I felt that really brought them success. He built their defense up first. So even though we're saying it's money, no,
I hear you. He did it the right way.
Chelsea are a defensive team. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think that's where they're going wrong at the moment. They're
that's their heritage, isn't it? He kind of instilled their heritage with
they're kings for winning ugly. Do you know what I mean? They're not about this pretty life. Do you know what I'm saying?
They are now.
Arsenal thing. You know what I'm saying?
Demand them now.
Winning style and Tottenham, we're a style team as well, like original style team before Arsenal. But
I'm gonna need a bit of education from you guys before we wrap up here. Jordan just asked me, FaZe, who's the Arsenal equivalent of Sean Butler? Who the fuck's Sean Butler?
Who's Sean Butler?
I've googled.
So he's
black people, white people, people in shirts. Like I don't know who this.
No. So basically, he's the financial kind of guy in our club. Basically, he talks about the finance, the economics of the club.
Oh, it's that Vivek. It's not Vivek. What's that guy that for Arsenal? He used to be a CEO.
Oh, Vinesh.
Yeah. He might be our next CEO.
He bought Pepe.
No, but this is a fan. But I'm talking about a fan. I'm talking about this is a fan that is on YouTube. A YouTube man that like, basically he talks about the finance of the club like heavily. That's his thing.
Okay.
That's all he's got. No disrespect. I've got no beef with him, but that's all he's. Because let's be honest, Asthmatic, yeah. Right. When he was on the show yesterday, right, he couldn't wait to talk about Daniel Levy. He could not wait. And you come on, just admit it, bruv. He could not wait.
He couldn't wait. No, of course.
And it's like,
yeah,
I mean, and it's like you just wanted to talk about the football, and he got nothing. He had nothing. Absolutely.
Do you think it's mad that Tottenham got a bigger revenue than Chelsea?
They got bigger revenue.
Well, listen, it's not a surprise. This is why, because this is the cheek of what he said yesterday. He said, and I'm not bringing him up because it was just things that was said on the show. Right? He said, "Why is it not fair? Why is it not all equal with Man City, Newcastle, and everyone equally sharing the pot? So it's fair competition." And I was like, I'm not being funny.
That's not fair.
That's the opposite of fair.
Yeah.
NFL.
That's rewarding failure.
That's like saying women footballers should get paid the same as men.
But
No
this
sexist.
is-
They just don't garnish that much money.
This is why I have an
Are
issue.
we wrapping up the show now?
This is why I have the
Before
issue.
Cass jumps in and talks about the Jews. Yeah.
I don't want to get into that one. I'll keep it
You see them? Hey, listen.
keep well out of that. I'm keeping well out of that. Yeah, but my point is,
Shoes.
I don't want to get in that one. I don't want to get into that one. Just be careful there. Just be careful there. Oh gosh. Saturday, be careful that one. When you mention that, you don't want to go there. But the point is though, right? When he says all this, well, there was Leicester City that won the Premier League and won the FA Cup. They got things done. They did. They got what need to do. Got what things to do, and that's it really. Wigan winning the FA Cup, beating Man City, who had oligarchs. You know what I mean? Brighton with their system, they found a way, and we're copying them right now. Bournemouth at the moment, right? Newcastle at the moment, they've got FFP all over them right now. They're still getting on with it and competing. Look at Nottingham Forest at the moment. So where are these excuses? Portsmouth back in the day, yeah, with Harry Redknapp winning the FA Cup. Where are these excuses?
Sometimes
Where
the
are
stars
these
align, though, man.
excuses? You know what I
Like, think
mean?
of- Leicester happened once, man.
I
That
know,
ain't it.
but my point is though, FaZe, my point is though, teams found a way and they're smaller
Hey.
than Tottenham.
I hear you.
And so they're not making excuses when they've got all these oligarchs and Chelsea and all this stuff. They're saying, well, no, we got to find another way because we're going to do it. You know, if you're making excuses, anybody in this panel, yeah, in your real lives, yeah, right? I don't want to get personal, yeah, but I'm just saying, what happens? You're on the street, bruv. Let's talk real. Let's talk real. Let's talk real.
Yeah. We're about to turn this into a regular podcast. Fuck football.
You know what I mean? Let's talk real, bruv. I was having this chat with Jay from Hotspur Cave, but
We're gonna wrap up at some point. Like,
yeah, no, I don't know.
That's
I was having this chat with Jay from Hotspur Cave. By the way, you should be subscribing to his channel. By the way,
oh,
Big up to
JJ.
him.
Big up, Jay.
Jay's got a channel now.
No,
No, it's a different
young
Jay.
Jay.
Oh, Hotspur Cave, yeah. Big up to him. You should subscribe to him. You know what I mean? Yeah, and also Elijah, by the way, as well, because he's doing things as well, bruv. And also this channel as well, Spurs Kings TV as well, because you should be subscribed to these lovely people and Toon Tactics, by the way, and FaZe, because we still love them. We still love them. You know what I mean? It's all fun and games.
You know what I think, Mr. I think by accident you're getting me and FaZe mixed up. I think
No.
We don't all look the same, you know.
But yeah, you should be subscribing to all these beautiful people right now. You know what I mean? You should be, but
and you
but
too,
I just don't understand the excuses. You know what I mean? But yeah,
Before we wrap up, I want to ask Mr. Box Office a request, please. Because I watch your channel. I'm a fan of your channel, innit?
Thank you very much.
I want you to make before the end of the season, I want you to make one positive video about Spurs, please. Just one for me. It don't even have to have a long duration. It can be about anything. It could be about a historical thing. Just one positive video. Can you do that for me?
Actually, you know what? As it's you asking for it, that's a good challenge for me, bro. Thank you very much for as you asked very nicely for it, I will try and do that definitely.
I bet he'll do something. Yeah, the pitch looked good today.
It'll be a YouTube short.
It was so shiny. The pitch regulations, they met the pitch regulations and everything, bro. No. If only our club played as good as the
as the groundskeeper.
Mad. Yeah. Well, guys, man, big up, man. Thanks to the panel. Big up Mike's for coming on earlier on. Obviously Preach and Stefan widen up the chat, which was brilliant. It's great to see you guys wound up. But big up the chat as well. Big you guys up for staying up for so late, or the international watchers or people watching it back. Shout you guys out as well. Love for the love. Keep supporting, man. And obviously, who knows, man? Spurs could just go on a winning streak. Who knows, man? We could be having different conversations right now. You know what I'm saying?
Arsenal could win the league.
Yeah, Arsenal could be winning the league, bro. It's a celebration, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm going to say about that, man. Hey. Can we sign up, man? Hit me. Wavy. Big up, man.